Oh, the thumbnail from the other day would have been perfect for this. It would, I mean, literally the, what's it called? The thumbnail from stream yesterday with the golden fish jumping with Cade doing that would have been perfect for this stream, but I guess 'twas not meant to be. Almost finished with my Guardian games. Cool. I totally don't have one of those on every single one of my characters. No, 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 no siree. Now that would definitely not be me. I can't do it. I just can't do it. Sorry to hear that. Perhaps I can help. Goes to the deep solo flawless. It's just not it. Oh, you know, I have a few solo flawlesses I have yet to do, huh? I still do grasp, spire, and deep. I basically did spire twice. And now everything's different, so it's gonna do a lot less damage. I don't even know what to do. Oh, hey, Waffle's in the chat. Hey, what's up, Waffle?
Oh, hey, how's it going?
You know, hanging out, doing the thing. What are you doing?
Nothing.
I believe you. Although, Keitel has her reservations. Mods everywhere. Yeah, solo flawless deep is gonna be. Oh, I didn't want to buy this ship. It sounds like a pain. That's why I usually wait for a couple seasons after, and then it's just easy. Power advantage. Although they're gonna be taking that away from me, I imagine. What are you using for it, Abyss? What are you playing right now, Waffle?
Fallout 4.
Do you want to play some Destiny?
That will, yeah, I will, yeah.
Okay.
In just a moment. I gotta get
Solar
to a place
Titan.
I can save.
Yeah. Throwing hammer, Solar Titan. I feel that. I feel that. I feel that. It's a good choice. What about the weapons? Like, what's the DPS? Is it rockets? Because I feel like rockets would just run out of ammo real quick, and you'd be like, well, shit. Especially without heavy scout, which is a good amount of the ammo. Throwing hammers. Would you say this is perhaps one of the streams of all time, Abyss? Felt like I had to say it for you.
This is gonna be the best stream because I'm here and I'm home alone. Which means I can scream the N-word.
I thought you just said I'm homo lone. Like
I'm a gay man in debt.
I'm a gay lonely man. You know, perpetual headseeker's good on that. That can have kinetic tremor, so. Volchat, Volchat. Hello, Volchat. What's up, King? The King has returned. For real, for real. This is indeed a stream! Or more like a stream! Ah! I got a good story for you guys. Give me a few minutes. Let some people come in, because I don't want them to ask me to repeat it. Well, I would love to repeat it. But I got a story. I got a story. It's quite an embarrassing story, to be honest, but, you know, I don't know how much you love that. I still have to do Nightfalls to get, like, a loaded question. That was last week, wasn't it? There we go. Can you show your build? Like that? I don't think my build is set up correctly. So yeah, for example, I'm not using a strand weapon. I'm using a solar. So it's mostly set up. I think that the preface of the build is Heart of Moonless Light, things like firepower, But I could definitely do better. I think somewhere here I can make it so I pick up an orbital light and I get like grenade energy or something like that. Class ability, one of those two. I think that would be good to have on this build. But this is a basic like Titan build. And then of course all the artifacts, a lot of the arc stuff that's been going on. I haven't refined it at all. I would not think it's refined. But you're welcome to have it if you want. Are you a Titan main king? As a king, you would be a Titan, wouldn't you?
Yes, my mom's maiden name.
What, king?
Yeah.
Why do you keep sending me these? I'm streaming, bro! Why do you keep sending me these things?
That's too bad.
It's too bad indeed. I see Colonel Shepard. What's his name? Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders doing like a super energetic dance on the
Dude, he is
stage.
fucking vibing.
Tell me again why he ended up being he got the rank of colonel.
I don't know. The original guy who made Kentucky Fried Chicken, he kidnapped his daughter at one point because of a messy divorce.
What does that have to do with Colonel Sanders?
That was him.
Oh, was Colonel Sanders stole his own daughter?
Yeah.
Yikes.
Happens to the best of us.
Well, I hope I'm not the best of us then. What's up, Asha? What's up, girl? Dychronic touched a girl, story over. I did not touch a girl. I did not hit her. But you're not far off. So today I would like to do that exotic quest that wherever the heck it is. Did I not pick it up on this character? And then maybe do some storyline stuff because I'm behind. But mostly I want to chat to you guys here in chat. Nah, you're Hunter. I'm thinking about it though. Can you add me? Can we play? Yeah, if you'd like to come play with us, I believe Waffle's joining us. We do have a third spot. I don't know if anybody else is joining us, but like I said, we're gonna do the exotic quests, probably just a lot of fishing, and then the storyline wherever I'm at, or maybe seal hunting. Kill those damn seals. Oh my god. Took me by surprise. Next week? Next week for what?
I'm not here next week.
For what?
I'm leaving.
I know. Where are you going?
Away.
So the little mansion in the sky? Like, what are we talking about here? Sacrificing yourself to the true lord of... Anyways. Alright. Story time? Story time? Oh, my chest is still
Yes.
sore. Alright, so story. I have a story, which I think is kind of funny. So, you guys know I'm single AF, right? I've
Did
been
you shit on
trying...
her chest?
Let me tell the story. Stop spoiling shit, okay? You know I've been trying to ask girls out. I mentioned a few weeks ago how I asked different girls out. One of them said yes. She ended up just not having time, never followed through. I asked another one, and she just said she wasn't interested. And I haven't asked anybody else since then. Mostly because I am a coward. And it takes me a while. I'm not a coward, but I have a ton of fear when it comes to this stuff. As I imagine everybody does. Even though I'm quite charismatic, I know. But I like the feeling of pushing myself through my fears. And so today, I saw two different people that I was like, these are very attractive women. At the gym, I was doing leg day today. It was like a heavy leg day. So I'm literally deep. I was going to the lost sector. My default is to go there. Because I test damage over there. But anyways, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, there's 2 different girls I'm looking at. And I'm like, trying to build up the confidence to do so, right? And I chickened out multiple times. I was looking at them across the way. I finished my leg press, and because I was a little bit late to the gym, I knew that I wasn't gonna go for another set of exercises. So I'm like, okay, well, let's do it. Let's do it. And I make my way. One of the girls leaves over to the left. I'm like, okay, maybe she's leaving. Okay, so there's only one left. That's the one. Okay. I try to go near her. So I go up to, like, the dumbbells and trying to build up the courage to do it. Because, of course, you're not going to just go do it. And I stop next to her. She's next to me. And I'm looking at the dumbbells, pretending like I'm looking for dumbbells. I'm thinking, okay, I could do some lunges. Maybe I could draw this out a little bit longer. And hey, Abyss, thanks for the $2. I'm in the middle of the story, though. I'll get back to that. And as I get there to look at the dumbbells, I see her look over to me. And in my brain, I'm like, okay, she's just looking over to see who it is. Because if somebody comes in my peripheral, I look over. And there's the thing. And I don't think anything of it. I just look at the dumbbells. I pretend like the one I'm looking for is not there. I go over to the other side. It's not there. I walk away, and I'm like, fuck, I chickened out. And I'm like, I hang out near some other place, and I'm like, okay, you know what the lines are. It's simple. You just gotta go and try it. Maybe make a friend, somebody new, right? Just go and try it. And so I make my way over again. And as I get there, she waves me down, and I look at her, and she's the same fucking girl that I asked out 3 weeks ago and said no. I'm like, oh, you. And I said her name. I'm not gonna say her name out loud. I'm like, oh, you. Of course, she didn't know, but of course, in my brain, I'm like, whew, that was close. I would have started delivering that line if she didn't wave me down. And that's not the end of the story. She waves me down and she's like, hey, I have a weird question for you. So I have this friend and I wanted to know if I could set you guys up. Keep in mind, I've literally never talked to her other than asking her out. She's only seen what I look like, an incredibly handsome, tallest person in the gym, big biceps, you know, the whole shebangle. And I'm like, really? So we connected contact. She gave me her gram, and that's where we're at. And I'm like, I started asking questions, what's she like? And I'm like, well, technically, I tried asking you guys, but I didn't know anything about you. So I'm like, yeah, I guess, set us up. And I'm like, I never in a million years thought somebody that I've never met who doesn't know what kind of character I am would set that up. And I'm like, huh. That's interesting. I've asked out, so I want to point out, technically, if this counts, I'm 2 for 2. The first one said yes, and the second one got me a date. Okay? So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. So we'll see how we'll see what happens. I mean, that might be hot. She's gonna be very disappointed. I am very poor. But going back to it, W YouTuber. Aw, thanks, Mike. I appreciate that. And Abyss, thank you so much for the $2 and the gifted membership. Oh, dude, CB got the membership. That's good. CB comes by often. I'm glad that somebody regular got it. But that means I have to spin the wheel. Oil shot, oil shot, oil shot, oil shot. Oil shot for the Riz. I don't think oil... Alright, let's ponder this, shall we? If I go up to this girl and I say, hey, baby, I've taken shots of olive oil. How do you think that's gonna go down, huh? Think she's gonna be like, why dinner when we can go back to my place? No! It's not good luck for the Riz. It's gonna make me sick. But we do have to spin the wheel nonetheless. So let's do this shit. Here we go. Oh. Honestly, I wasn't really near anything bad. I mean, other than the hot pepper sauce. Okay, I was near something bad. Hot pepper sauce is 5? That's crazy, man.
Okay. Are you gonna use a website for Truth or Dare?
Do you want to give me one?
I can give you one.
All right, I'm sure that Abyss would like you to give me one.
All right, no.
I get to choose which one. Right? Between Truth or Dare. Did you have a Truth or a Dare?
I've got both.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna. All right, Abyss, you decide. You decide. Do I pick Truth or Dare? I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't afraid of any truth. I will answer anything that's not a security question. But I also don't want to get up right now. So what would you like, well, Abyss? Do you think I should do Truth or Dare? Dare? Fuck. Alright, give me the Dare.
Okay. I would totally understand if you didn't want to do this. However, you should go. You should call one of the big clothing companies and just fuck with them for as long as you possibly can.
The clothing companies. This seems personal.
No, like Balenciaga or Supreme.
Obviously, you're a Balenciaga user, so...
Currently, no. Currently, I am wearing pants.
You want me to...
And that's it.
Prank call a Balenciaga, what, customer service or something? That doesn't seem very
yes.
nice.
You know what? You should do that, and you gotta tell them that you got, like, a fucking... you got a shit streak in one of your pants.
I gotta be honest. It might be funny for that customer service person. It might be terribly boring waiting in line for like 30 minutes. Is that something you really want me to do?
Abyss spun the wheel, so it is up to him on whether or not that is a good enough dare.
I think that I can handle it, like, as far as conversation goes. Although I think it's kind of mean to the customer service people. Unless you do it really well. Then they'll be like, oh, that's funny. It's cringe. I just don't want to make somebody's day worse.
They work at Balenciaga. They're probably getting paid a fuck ton of money to do jack shit.
Dude, I can stand here and not get damaged by fire? What? And I can still shoot in? I didn't know that.
Oh. We're evolving.
How long this public event has been here, and we're evolving. Hey, Meanie, what's up, dude? Welcome to the stream.
All right, if that's cringe, you can do something else.
Let's do the truth.
I mean, it's up to a bit. Oh, well, that killed me. Oh.
Oh, he's dead. He doesn't
It's
get
up
a
to
decision. Delete a god roll? Not a god roll, a good one. Delete a good roll. That's a dare?
Delete a good roll, not a god roll. Like, not a 5 out of 5. Like, delete, like, maybe a 3 out of 5 or a 4 out of 5. Something that's really good, but not, like, perfect gun. You know?
You're telling me that's more interesting than him calling Balenciaga and saying that he's got free shit pants?
No. I want to see him suffer. I know he works for this shit.
That might be worse than the date. The dare. So, I'm assuming crafted weapons are what are god rolls, right?
No,
so,
a god roll is like something that you can't craft. If you craft it, I mean, you can just craft it again. Something that is
but
going
you'd
to
have
be
to
hard
level
to
that
get
gun
in.
up again, though.
Exactly.
So what I'm
No
saying is,
crafted weapons.
yeah, I was gonna say no crafted weapons because crafted weapons are always a god roll when.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, dude. I got a lot of stuff. You have any particular recommendation?
Let's see.
Hey, how about this Traveler's Chosen white pistol? That's pretty. That's the best version.
That's the God Roll Chief.
I have a lot of almost God rolls. A lot. Hey, Hendy, welcome back. Hey, good news, Hendy. I got a date. Kind of. Almost. We'll see. Okay, medium story. I'll tell you later. But, like, I have a lot of weapons. Where do I start? Give me a category. Pick primary... okay. Kinetic, energy,
Primary.
or... I assume you mean kinetic or primary?
Primary ammo.
Okay, and then from there, what classification of weapon?
Let's go energy.
Okay, no, I mean like hand cannon, auto rifle, what?
Oh, I don't know. Let me see. I'm looking at your stream right now. What's your palindrome roll?
Don't do this to me.
What's your palindrome roll? Let me see it.
Which one? There's two of them. There's the regular palindrome, which is unrelenting outlaw with range, and then there's the adept one, which is rangefinder quick draw.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Honestly,
for
neither
PvP.
one of them. Yeah, that's a great PvP roll. Neither one of them is a god roll. This adept one is definitely the better one.
I won't be that mean.
Don't give me that. Technically, I like the not adept one better because it has more range on it. But do I have any others? I don't have any others. Give me a membership.
Did you grab that? Did you grab that harsh language that Banshee was selling the other day? That had destabilizing.
No, I think I already have one though. I have two harsh languages. Both of them have destabilizing rounds. Fucking come at me. Delete one of them. I dare you.
Shit. Can't do that because you already got one.
I have two of them. One with envious, which I don't even know if it works. I got two.
You know what? Let's do a dungeon weapon. Those are hard to farm. Yeah, perfect.
Dungeon weapon. Which dungeon we talking about?
Ghosts.
What does a energy dungeon weapon look like? Hold on. Light, GG. And Soul Survivor, I think, is one of them.
No survivors, yeah.
I just wanted to check if there was others.
No survivors and then the glaive.
So no survivors in the glaive. I would put money on the fact that I have neither.
Really?
I don't see a good roll. I get rid of it.
Do you have the rocket?
I probably haven't kept one of those either.
What?
I haven't gotten a good roll. What's the point of me keeping these rockets if I don't have a good roll? Or these guns? I have literally everything I want. So I'm only keeping the good ones. It's called Cold Comfort, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I don't have it. We're deleting a almost god roll, chat, so help us out here. Attaboy! Thanks, bro. Thanks, bro. Thanks, bro. Yo, Hendy, I've been meaning to ask. Tell me something unique about you, so that I can remember it. Because I know you come into chat every once in a while. I wanna remember something. If, like, for example, you know how to say hello in a language that's not English, let me know. I know it in like 15 or so languages. So.
Let me see your immortal rolls.
Immortal. Oh, that's the one. Yeah. So I have an adept immortal with kill clip perpetual.
Ooh, that's
with
nice.
reload masterwork, and then I have a not adept with killing wind perpetual with a reload masterwork. Oh no, that's adept. They're both
That's
adept.
a pretty good one for you.
This one's 63 range, that one's 58. The one obviously on my character is the one that I use.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't get rid of this. I wouldn't. Wish
Dude,
Charles
like,
was
do you
on the
want to
thing.
take something from me, or are you just trying to keep me in suspense?
I'm trying to figure out. Okay, what about Fatebringer?
Fatebringer, I have a few of those. I've actually deleted a
one of
few of
those.
them in challenges just like this.
Delete one of those. One of those are getting offered up for tribute.
Yeah, kill clip explosive payload. On my time lost, I have kill clip explosive payload. I had a different one, didn't I? I had a third one.
It's to the top of the right.
Huh? I thought I had another one. There's a frenzy one. Yeah, it is. And I have this one. This one's my favorite. They're all range masterwork, aren't they? Oh, that one's stability.
Alright, well, you choose. Get rid of one.
You're gonna make me choose my baby! Well, I gotta say this one then, yeah? 53. Yeah, I mean, this one's the worst one.
There's no need to have 3 anyway. They're in your vault anyway.
But, like, if somebody tells me to delete a god roll, then I've got plenty of choices. Dude, I had, like, 3 others that I've deleted in challenges just like this. For that, in Destiny 1, I would keep my Galahorns. I had 7 Galahorns at one point to just throw out as fodder for... Because we didn't have collections at the time. All right, here we go. He's chosen he's made his choice. What I would absolutely consider, oh, that was actually a good roll. What I would absolutely consider with 2,391 kills on it, explosive payload with kill clip, this is a pretty damn good roll. With tac mag, small bore, unfortunately our stability masterwork. It's a very good roll, but definitely not the best. Shall we put 07 in chat? Chat,
I won't
07.
put an 07, I'll put an F.
F's or 07s in chat.
What the fuck is 07?
It looks like a man, like, saluting. You put a lowercase o and then a 7. Oh, well, whatever. I don't use it.
See? You're gonna forget about it.
I even forgot it was there. I just knew I had a time lost and a frenzy one. 07, 07. Hey, Lewis, welcome. How you doing?
Alright, I go back to working out.
Oh, you're at work?
No, I'm working out.
Ah, what you hitting today?
Arms. Yesterday was abs.
Ooh, fancy. That's called a bro split. I assume you have shoulder day and chest day as separate days as well?
No.
No? Okay. I was gonna be like, that's a bro split.
I combine. I do arms on a dedicated day, I do abs on a dedicated day, and then everything else on the other days.
So legs, back,
Cardio,
chest. That's a lot of big groups all on the same day.
I mostly do cardio every day too.
Oh, a purple. Oh yeah, that's good. I do cardio before every gym workout, like 10 minutes, and then I have my hike day. But yeah, thanks for coming by, Abyss. Hope you have fun with your workout. Please stop terrorizing me.
Never.
Can I just be Scottish guy? That's easy, right? Oh, was that a fucking exotic? No, that was a purple. Imagine. Can it be Scottish guy? All right, well, tell me hi, how are you in Gaelic? Do you know hi, how are you in Gaelic? Or just tell me what it is in Scottish. When you see your friends, what do you say? Who the fuck are you, mate? Fucking turd burglar. I know it's more British,
Why
but
did you become Australian?
fucking turd burglar. Well, I learned my Australian first. I tried to learn Irish once, but I went
I've
with
killed
a
an
fam.
Australian.
I'm sure you have. Went after your 23rd wife, I know. What was I gonna say? I tried to learn Irish when I was in Ireland, but I went with a family friend who was Norfolk British, which Norfolk is an area. And Norfolk is very, very close to Cockney. It's beautiful. It's fucking Norfolk. So when I went, I ended up getting his accent instead of the Irish accent. And so I came back with this rumbly, low growling Norfolk accent. That's all I got. Hi, Kona Sata Seagdul. So what does this mean specifically? Have I just been banned from YouTube? What's up in Gaelic? Can you give me the phonetic? Is that phonetic? Give me the phonetic so that I know how to pronounce it as well. Stop it, Abyss! I'm trying to fish here! I'm trying to fish! Trying to friggin' fish. Don't you start spamming oil shot on my chat, sir. This one's free? What do you mean, free to me or free to you? That's fine. I'll do that. I do that. I do that. I don't want to get up, but like I gotta get up now. That's probably the worst part about it. Oil shot. Oil shot. It's not happening, dude. There's too many things on that wheel for that to happen. It's too many things. Oh boy. Come on. Oh man, Dychronic. Ow. Oh boy. Here we go. Oh boy. Now, usually we do curls for the girls, but today we're doing curls for my oil-shotted man out there. Okay, Abyss, I would like you to try taking an oil shot. And when you do so, you'll realize that it's a lot worse than killing your favorite fate bringer, okay? Even though that wasn't it, I'm just making the point, okay? All right, here we go. 10 curls. For the boys. I think these are around like 25 pounds? Like 20 to 25? But they look big, right? They're like, ooh, big man, big weights. They're cement, they're vinyl covering cement, which is super cheap. During the pandemic, it served me well. Although going to the gym was way better for the big and powerful muscles, yes. But thank you so much for the gifted membership. Now me and he gets a membership. He did ask for it. I didn't realize it was going to be that easy. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it, Abyss. Now I can go ahead and start fishing. As it disappears, probably. Did you get the quest for the exotic quest, Waffle?
No.
You should pick it up so that you're
Where
getting
is it?
credit. So you go to the quest archive next to the postmaster, and you go to the seasonal section, and then you click that, and it should be the fishing thing. You may have to go to Hawthorne after that, but it will say like catch a bunch of different kinds of fish. Whew. I just wanted to make sure so you're not wasting time. I'm sure you're just gonna get an exotic right away. Oh boy. Ah, dude, that's the worst part, man. It's not the curls. It's sciatica. Goddamn sciatica, man. Shit.
I don't know what to do with my beard.
What does it look like? Oh, you should do a Fu Manchu. What could go wrong?
I can't. Okay, so I will preface this by saying I have like a reverse Hitler stash.
It doesn't grow on the top of the lip?
Yes.
Oh, what's the name of it? There's a name of what's this section called? Right between. There's a name of that little divot. Oh, I remember hearing it and be like, what? There's a freaking name for that thing? I think some people call it like the angel's kiss or something. Like when you were a baby and you were crying, an angel came down and just went shh, and then it made a little indent right there in the lips.
Okay, so I was gonna look up the spot between your lips and your nose, and the first thing that pops up is the spot between your testicles and anus.
Everybody's looking at perineum, bro. I know perineum. Fucking. Yes, that would be a default option, because everyone's like, what's that called? Is it a taint? I think it's a taint.
Philtrum.
A philtrum, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that little space right there, the little under the nose, the little dent, philtrum. It's weird. Does it say what it philtrum's for? Like, what's the point of a philtrum? Like, could we not just have like a smooth flap that goes all the way across? Like, why do we have that indent? Is there like a biological advantage, you know? What that philtrum do? What that philtrum doing? They both came up at the same time, and I clicked X, man. They're all fishing at the exact same time. Piss me off! Piss me off! Yeah, Hendy, how do you say the hello in Gaelic thing phonetically? So like, if you were to have to like sound it out with letters, that's called phonetics. So like people, you would spell it P-E-E-P-L-E or something. People. Or maybe P-E-E-P-U-L, people. So just spell it out how it sounds, which is ironically how it should be in the first place. Make communicating with people like useful. Although to be fair, a lot of the words that have weird phonetics are usually words that used to have purple. That used to have those sounds and letters actually pronounced. Like knife used to be knife. They just simplified it because it was easier to say knife. Knife, knight, to tsunami. Maybe that was tsunami. I think it was more of like a different language.
Here you go.
It's fishing time, Matt. You want in?
Discord.
I can say hello in Elixir. Really? What does that even mean? Is it like clicks and chattering?
Velask.
Velask is hello in Elixir? Velask, comrade. I don't know why the Elixir all of a sudden Russian. You know what I've realized, like, perhaps a little too late? In Star Trek. Star Trek is just a reflection of the Cold War. It's supposed to be obviously fantastical, but the same players are there. Federation is America. The Klingons are the Arabs. And the Romulans are the Russians. And you probably find even more connections, like, continuing. Obviously, China was not a player in the Cold War. But, like, it's about the Cold War. And I'm like, oh! That's kind of racist. But yeah! It's interesting, too.
I sent you a quote from Wikipedia.
I'm afraid.
What? It's just...
Of what?
There's a guy in the tower named Biden, Lord of Dyslexia.
Ooh.
Oh, God.
I have Crota's OnlyFans over here. Again.
OnlyFans?
Honestly, that's probably not very creative considering how many Mara Sov's OnlyFans I've ever seen. Anna Bay's OnlyFans, yeah. They clearly were just playing around with their name, and then all of a sudden the Bungie name's locked in, and they were like, wait! Ugh, fine.
I was so sad to find out that Anna plays for the other team.
Well, considering she's a fictional being,
Who the fuck cares?
yeah. I think that's honestly better. Who's her target? Who's her lover?
It's I don't even know her name. Does she say her name? But they do mention it, that she lives in the city.
The last city on Earth?
Yeah.
How about that? Namri Isir. Valask. Namri Isir. Yeah, I mean, technically, you could also draw similar paradigms within Destiny. Like the Cabal. They're,
Like the Russians are Russian.
Well, I mean, we're the Russians. So, the Cabal are Roman and Arabic, Seems more like a combination. What have we got? The Hive? Fucking no fucking clue. What else we got?
The Hive are just racist.
The Hive are racist. The Vex, very calculating, logical people. Maybe they're the Russians. I don't know. No, I don't think, to be fair, I don't think Destiny was based on the Cold War. I think that they took inspiration from, like, design from, like, Roman culture, for example, the Cabal. They probably took certain design philosophies from the Vex and the Hive and from stuff. Like, maybe Gothic for the Hive, right? Gothic architecture, people, culture. I had a feeling that was going to happen. I saw you coming in hot.
I regret nothing.
I believe it.
Cameron,
I am withering.
I guess is her name.
Say again?
Cameron, I guess is her name.
Ooh. Tamarin.
It's
Musi?
Ah, you sent me the Wikipedia. Okay. In most mammals, the philtrum is a narrow groove that may carry dissolved odorants from the rhinarium or nose pad. What's the nose pad? Like the bottom of the nose, maybe?
no. That's talking about mammals, so it's gonna be like dogs.
Dissolved odorants from the rhinarium to the... Okay. For humans, most primates, philtrum survives only as a vestigial medial depression between the nose and the upper lip. Yeah, we know what it is. It just...
So it's just saying it's left over.
From being a quadruped? Or having a large nose like a dog?
Hey, I've never had sex with a quadruped.
Hey, you haven't lived.
That's an odd denial, I have to say.
I have never.
Dude, I think if you have to say that line out loud,
Right.
you've got different problems.
It has never happened.
Probably. What that dog doing? It says that there's no apparent function for the philtrum. Just a vestigial remain from when it used to be useful. Perhaps like the appendix.
Appendix are really good at rupturing.
And they're definitely an outdated way of finding certain information in a book. Can we explain why they're the exact same spelling? Chat, who here doesn't know what an appendix is? And I'm not talking about the item in your body. Who here in chat doesn't know what an appendix is? Matt, do you know what an appendix is? Waffle, do you know?
Yeah, I know. I won't say it out loud. I'm waiting for
Depending
chat to do it.
I need more context.
The appendix in a book. You know what it is?
Fuck it, I'll just say it. An appendix, it's like almost like a dictionary at the end of a book.
A dictionary at the end of the book. Yeah, a little bit. Essentially, it's the control F of a book. So if you want to know what certain topics are covered, if you're like, okay, you're looking at a book of animals, and you're like, I want the ones with monkeys. You'll go to the appendix, you look for M for monkeys, and it'll be like it's on page 7, 24, 39, whatever, right? It was, like, before computers, like, finding where the fuck shit is, that's how we did it. welcome, Doctor.
Yeah, that's... I never used it to find it. I always did it, like, in science to define something.
You mean to, like, reference a source?
No, so, okay, I don't know if this is all appendixes. I think it is.
Am I thinking index?
At least... Maybe I'm thinking index. I might be thinking index.
I think index is the beginning. I mean, it can obviously be at either side. I thought the appendix was the
All I know
control
is
F of old times.
I mean, you could use it as either. What I'm thinking of is it always had like a word, It had the definition and then the pages you could find it on. So maybe what I'm thinking of is just a combination of the two?
Section located at the back of the book, including additional supplementary information on the book's topics, such as other books on the subject, references, citations. So it seems you're right. Well, then I love indexes.
So you're offline?
Am I?
It's that way on my friends list.
I'm not offline.
That's a lot of queued updates.
I don't play all those games. I'm a slave to Destiny. I have zero clue. Yo, what's up, TJ? TJ
It
man.
is not a great time to be a slave to Destiny.
But the fishy.
Is there ever really a good time to be a slave to just...
I don't know, 10 years ago when I started my career. Or, well, 9 years ago. It's a great time. You had a dumb stuff happen to you, Toxic? Tell me about it. Bro, we're all monkeys. Why would you need to know what one is? I didn't ask what a monkey was. If you
Is
look in
that
the mirror,
racially
you'll find
charged?
it. Are you saying that I'm a black man?
Are you implying that I was referring to black men?
No, I thought you were talking about black women.
Okay,
That's
you're
probably not
right,
better.
but listen.
I feel like this is going a direction that we don't need to go.
Always try to
So how about them Nazis,
prove the
huh?
other person a racist, and you win the argument.
Oh, well, it seems you have experience.
No, ad hominem attacks mean you lose, like, immediately.
No.
Like,
If Twitter has taught me anything, the person who you can prove is racist, it discredits all of their factual evidence.
yeah, but proving
No.
like, has
No.
a pretty high burden of proof, despite what Twitter might have you think.
No, I don't think that he
You don't
actually
understand.
believes it, Matt. Hey, you know, I learned some...
Literally-
Go ahead.
So
Wha-
we kill people based on Twitter arguments.
Oh,
Like
you
we
think
cut
that's
off their
why
livelihood,
Putin...
take their jobs.
Well, they're taking our women, so we gotta get them out of here.
What are we talking about?
You know what I heard? I saw a video of a guy who was the father of one of the guys who... I forget which one it was. It was a shooter who shot up the gay bar, or the gay club. The father of that person was retelling, like, on video, like, oh, I heard that he was at a gay bar, and he was like, oh, he wasn't there for gay people. Oh, thank God he's not gay. And I'm like, that's the conversation we're having?
Yeah, that's what you were worried about.
That's what you were worried about? Oh, we don't do gay around here. We're very conservative. He spoke so
Far
weird too.
worse things.
He shot up the gay bar with human beings in there, and you're like, oh, thank God he wasn't gay. I heard he was at a gay bar, and I was worried. What?
Some people's reactions to stuff, I don't know, man. Like,
No wonder the
There are
kid shot up
times-
the gay bar, because you keep teaching him these terrible things.
there are times where I'm just like, you know what? I want off this planet. Like, I'm just done.
Anyways, in lighter news, I heard something recently. I thought it was fascinating. You know how, and I'm not going to be anti-creationism, even though I am. But, like, there's the whole thing of, like, how do we come from monkeys, and why are there still monkeys? And we're only 1% different in genetics away from them, and yet we're so drastically different, right? Whatever, blah, blah, blah. Is that a... Oh, that's another purple.
Yeah, but we're 1% different from a lot of animals on the planet. Like,
Yeah,
No, we're close. We're
listen,
only 1% from monkeys. Hold on, not done. Sorry.
No, I'm gonna interject just to say one thing.
Okay.
That section of logic, although it is initially sound, it kind of falls apart when you realize that we are 75% similar to fucking bananas.
I think it's 50% bananas.
No, it's more than that. Know that.
Wow, I remember from the textbook it was 50%.
I read it in the index.
That trumps me, I guess.
In either case, like,
You
yikes.
share like X percentage of
You mean
a
to
banana.
tell me
Yeah.
I'm 50% banana?
Are you saying I'm great for women's potassium levels? Let's just say vitamin D isn't the biggest vitamin I have.
Damn, there it is. You mean to tell me I'm 50% as rich in potassium as a banana?
Well, no. Anyways, what I was gonna say is what I find fascinating at the end of the. I'm gonna try to stand on this thing if it works. At the end of the day, we're so similar to. Wow, that really does. No, I gotta find a little spot right there. Yeah, it works. I can stand right here. So we're so similar to these monkeys, and normally you can't spread diseases among different species, right? Your cat has a disease, you're not gonna get what he has.
Except for AIDS.
Hold on. There are certain things that, like, the reason this happens is because, you know, like, the Black Death killed a third of Europe. Because literally, Matt, what are you shooting at? That one's broken.
I'm doing damage.
It's broken. And so the way the Black Death killed us all in Europe is that, there it is that it was carried on rats, but it didn't affect rats. Because if it affected rats, the rats would die and wouldn't be able to carry it to a host that it wanted. Which is very intelligent for it to do. It's intelligent design, meaning that it doesn't kill its carriers, it kills... It doesn't harm them, right? But there are a lot of monkeys which we can share diseases with. So going in contact with these wild monkeys, you have to wear a mask so you don't potentially give them a disease that humans are resistant to that they're not. Which really goes to show how similar we are, is that we can get monkeys sick with human diseases. And I'm like, God damn, that's a great point. I thought that was fascinating. You guys don't have anything to say about that? I thought it was pretty interesting. You guys are mean!
I mean, I'm not
I thought
that
they were gonna
surprised.
get away with their little ship. Turns out, nope.
What the fuck is this?
I went off the waterfall.
Yay! There's a secret behind the waterfall, did you know that? It's like one of the chest locations.
That sounds like something
Shut up.
in
Shut
a
up.
board game or something. There's a secret behind the waterfall.
There's always a secret behind the water. You just have to figure out which one it is. There's two of them. Well, there's, I guess, a lot more, technically.
Yeah, like Nessus is covered in Vex milk waterfalls.
Bananas are 60% identical to bananas.
I mean, I do know that the
Can
bananas
confirm.
that we eat today are not the original banana.
Oh yeah, we I don't know if we bred, but
They're all clones.
Hey, I mean, man, if you think
Uh.
about it, we all came from stardust. So, like, technically, when you eat a banana, man, it's like the same stuff that, like, we are. So we're eating each other. Like, it's cannibalism, man. Anyways, fishing time, bros.
you should just like think about that and prove. No, I'm not. Never mind. I'm not saying that.
Well, there's a reason why I'm called Dychronic. Let me put it that way. I'm learning a lot in today's stream. Honestly, that's not the reason why I'm Dychronic. But every time they hear my name, go, "Hey, you smoke weed?" And I'm like, "No." The word chronic came well before. That's a purple. Well before drugs. Or at least the
What
root
does
word.
chronic mean?
Chronic means continuous.
Yeah, I know, but like in the context of
Chronic death.
weed, what?
Oh, in weed? I don't know. Chronic is one of the pseudonyms for weed. It's well known. Everybody knows this, okay? But it's interesting that I love having these really deep and weird kind of questions, and I'm like, bro, what if, like, the universe were just circular? What if time was circular, but our human brains can't comprehend it because of our genetics, and we have to advance another 1% into intellect in order to understand the complexity of a circular time I like to think outside the entire premise of what a box is. But everybody in chat is always like, that's weird. Go back to Destiny.
I mean, most of these guys are Destiny players. Their IQ is probably closer to room temperature.
Celsius or Fahrenheit.
Take your pick.
I think somebody has to be dead in order to be like 20 IQ. Because like the lowest IQ people in society are like less than 80.
There are certain parts of Africa that their average IQ is considered mentally retarded.
And do they do fine in the clan and like the tribe? What do you mean?
I'm just saying, if you look up like an average, it's like 64 for certain countries in Africa.
That's
I mean,
terrible.
we also know that IQ tests are not the be-all, end-all of intelligence. Like,
Of course. But there are certain ones that are fairly good at it. Good indicators of success, money, capability.
Yeah, that's something I got into an argument about, or with my brother at one point. So my brother has that fucking turbo autism that
What's it actually called?
borderline Rain Man.
What is turbo autism called?
I don't know.
Just like
Ass
stage
hamburgers
3?
or something.
Ass hamburgers.
Asperger's.
But he's like really, really good with numbers. But
Yeah.
he is so fucking terrible at social things,
Mm.
just in general. It's fucking miserable to do anything with him.
Honestly, it sounds like me, but I don't have an excuse.
No, I mean, like, he can't read a room worth shit. Like, he will send somebody
yeah.
that is having a hard time into tears and then just make jokes about them crying.
Of course, use comedy when you're uncomfortable.
Oh, I do too, but I understand that there's a fucking limit to it.
Yeah, I know you do. I think that a lot of that... Another purple!
This game just hates me.
By the way, I figured out what the problem was, Waffle, with the grace, the favor things that we were doing the other day.
What?
Remember the other day with Morrowind, we did some battlegrounds from Defiance last season to get favors for the seal?
Oh, yeah.
I figured it out. Why I wasn't getting as many as I thought. Because there are 3 different kinds of favor, and the only one I had left was the favor related to special ammo.
Ah.
I didn't read it. I thought favor of grace was just the generic term for it.
Yeah, and that whole thing was really dumb. Like,
I instantly finished the other 2. Like, I have 400 favors collected for ability stuff. So that's why.
Anyway, what I was saying about my brother's ass hamburgers.
Yeah. This one's got cheese on it. That's a running joke.
Okay, well, he is circumcised, so...
No, not his dick. He reaches behind him and goes, "This one's got cheese on it." That was the running joke of when I had a friend in high school that had Asperger's, and that was the joke he loved. Caboose said it, and he was like, "That's fucking hilarious."
No, he also suffers from I'm right under every circumstance.
Yeah. Know your battles.
Which is so much fun.
Pick your battles is what I learned.
But I was talking to him, and he was like, he was talking about how, like, SAT scores are very indicative of, like, intelligence and things of that nature.
Mm.
And he was like, it shows how good you are at studying and stuff. And I was like, the point of the SATs was literally meant to be like a baseline intelligence test that you couldn't study for. It has been rewritten on several occasions to prevent people from studying for it, because it's supposed to be prior knowledge of things that, like, you either know or you don't know.
So it's about knowledge or about learning?
It's about knowledge. It's about what you know.
So it's about knowledge, but you can't study for it. Why
yes. Well, the point is to not be able to study. It's so you have a playing field, an even playing field when it comes to. Think about it this way.
It's a random knowledge test. Like,
Yeah.
Sounds like trivia.
To a very limited extent, it kind of is.
Dude,
Think about it this way.
Imagine
you
if
could
we went to a
like
trivia
that-
game and they just started reading LSAT questions. People would
Think
be
of
like,
it very
what?
similar to an IQ test. So
Yeah.
if you were going, if you knew you were going to take an IQ test 4 weeks from now, and you went to an IQ study class, and so you studied things that were going to be on the IQ test, and then you fucking ace it, that doesn't mean that you have an IQ of 400. That means that you studied for it.
Yeah.
That's kind of what the SAT was supposed to be. It's something you couldn't study for, so it was a score based on knowledge, not your ability to remember.
Is there a way to make a test that is about critical, like, learning and thinking? Because that
I'm sure
seems
that
like
there
it
is.
would be more indicative of intelligence than any amount of knowledge. Because knowledge is only one factor of.
right,
I think it's
your-
like
your
solid
ability-
IQ
your
versus.
ability to your ability to remember stuff that you've read about.
Yeah. There's. I think they call it solid IQ versus fluid IQ or something. What the fuck is this song?
Yeah, so I'm a scat man.
I'm a scat man.
No, I was talking about it, and he just kept getting like slowly more and more angry about the fact that he was like, "Nuh-uh, it's supposed to see if you can get into college." I was like,
Yeah.
"Well, colleges use it, yes, but that's
Colleges
not
like
what
IQ.
it's for."
What am I doing here? What's the objective?
And there are certain things that colleges look at that are completely out of your control, including race. And it's an argument that I'm not gonna want to get into right now, but colleges genuinely do look at race when considering candidates.
Is race a useful factor in order to find who you want?
I won't touch the subject any further than that.
I thought you
It's
might have
better if I-
brought it up because it related to that.
No, what I'm saying is a lot of it relates to the SAT because it can affect not your score, but your like how you're perceived.
I'm
I
like, are you
won't-
talking about societal or
touch
is
it
that
for-
something useful? Is there merit to it? Is what I'm asking.
I mean, do you believe that there's any difference between somebody based on race?
Absolutely.
Then
Okay, very clearly, want to say, if we are different, then we are different. I think that we are vastly more similar than we are different. Is that it? That's another purple. I think we're vastly more similar, like 99.99% exactly the same as every other person on the planet. That being said, we are different. So,
Yes.
like,
I'm not
it
talking-
is a
okay,
factor. I
let
just don't
me
think it's very
rephrase-
useful in most cases.
let me rephrase that.
Yeah.
In the sense of like somebody's ability to either learn or succeed, do you think race plays into that?
Yes, I do actually think so as well. If you think about the societal impacts, and perhaps even just like the local people's reactions to it, if you look like all the people who live there, you're probably going to be more likely to get what you want. Unless you happen to be, like, for example, white men in Japan or in Philippines. They're probably more likely to get what they want than an Indian man. I'm not saying it's right, but if we're talking about is there an actual difference in getting work done and making sure you're successful based on race, yeah. I think it's terrible and we need to affirmatively action this stuff and make the paradigm different. But in that answering that question specifically, does somebody's race affect how well they do the job if they're equally intelligent? I think so. Not enough to really.
Okay, so you
Matter.
flip my question around, which isn't bad.
Yeah.
Is no way. I agree with most of what you said. I think it's definitely a deeper subject I don't want to touch on, especially in a live stream.
That's touching, huh?
But, well, I think it definitely can be for some people.
Yeah.
Not for me personally, but I don't want to.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
So I'm not saying, you know, a different job or anything. What I'm getting at is they look at it in the sense of
You zoned
like-
out.
I'm trying to think of a different way to put it.
No,
Because you-
Toxic zoned out, and he's like, "What are we talking about?"
Oh. So when they look at something like race, it doesn't have to do with like a practical thing, because I don't think that our race is. I don't think our race alters our ability to learn or become intelligent. It might change like the avenue that we do that, but I don't think that you're not going to understand something because you're black, or you're not going to understand something because you're white.
Correct. I agree. I think that the difference between us are not enough to make a significant difference in most applications. I think that if you just look at like a basic scale of intelligence, there are certain intelligence levels that are required to do certain jobs, to be like an engineer or an accountant or, you know, astrophysicist, a PhD candidate, right? There are certain levels of intelligence, and you could draw a paradigm that I can't fish again. That perhaps there's certain races that are more commonly scoring higher intelligence, or maybe even more commonly performing better at certain things. I think the vast majority of that is social impact, financial situations, mostly a social oppression, whatever. But if we're talking about a literal, is there any percentage of difference at all? Yes. Because no one person learns the same as another person, and people who are most like each other genetically because they come from a similar area, i.e. genetic line, are likely to think more similarly to each other, have a similar brain structure than somebody across the world. So yes, but not enough in most cases to really matter. Most of the problem is society and oppression. That's what
I agree and I disagree. Obviously, there's huge political conversations about how big of a societal difference there is. It is pretty fucking divisive. I won't touch it.
Yeah. I think even if we like somehow have definitive proof of what exactly is, people wouldn't accept it anyway. So it's not about having proof. Why is it so hot in here?
It's warm.
I'm gonna go on my spot.
Here's a good way to look at it. So, again, I'm not saying I agree with this. However, some colleges, because they want like certain diversity quotas.
Yeah.
And Harvard has said this many times. So there's an overabundance of the Asian demographic in a lot of colleges.
Yeah.
So how are the
college,
SATs
sure.
scored? I can't remember. Like,
I write my name, I get points. I don't know.
yeah, I don't remember like how the numbers are scoring. But okay, let's say
If
you
I
got
wrote an Asian name, do you think I'd get more points? He didn't want to answer that question.
Okay, you don't get more points. However, okay, let's put it this way. If there's an overabundance of Asian people, and it's not because they're smarter, part of it has to do with their culture and being more
social,
educationally intense in some
having certain
parts of Asia.
values that align more with academic success.
Yes.
Well
So
said.
again, I don't know about like exactly the numbers, but just for simplicity, let's say you've got two people that scored 100 points on the SAT.
Cool.
I know you get like 400 for signing your name, but
I have
I'm
no
just
idea.
I'm using low numbers so we can understand it.
Yeah.
So you got two people, they got identical scores. One of them is fucking Wu Ling, and the other one is fucking Dave Jr.
Dave Jr.
Or actually, let me change that. It's fucking Jamal.
Jamal Jr.
No, he doesn't know.
Jamal the
his dad.
Fourth. Oh shit! You said that out loud. After all the tiptoeing you've been doing, you said that.
I couldn't fucking help it on that one.
That's
Statistically
not funny.
speaking, I'm
Not
right, and it's
laughing at that.
terrible.
What were you gonna say? You got
okay.
a Chinese name. You got a black name.
Yeah. So a lot of colleges, because of the over representation of Asians in that college, would take the black person just because they're black, and it changes a diversity quota.
Yeah, they get more money for having the diversity quota.
Yeah. So it has nothing to do with the intelligence. It has nothing to do with, their personality or it is strictly for their race, and I think in some cases that's kind of fucked up.
I wouldn't say it's strictly the race. I think that it is a larger factor than you would perceive. Affirmative action, I believe they call it. Which at first glance, it's always like, no, just take the person who's most capable. But I think in order for every demographic to have an opportunity, there needs to be enough representation and financial distribution within those demographics to actually afford them those opportunities. So I think affirmative action, although somebody of less capable takes a spot of somebody more capable, in the long run, I think that it provides and offers more opportunity for high quality, purple, people to go to college in the first place. That's what I think. But it's interesting.
So I agree, and I disagree in certain aspects of that. So I agree in the fact that I think previously, I don't think it's as much anymore. There was underrepresentation and
Representation.
what is the word? Representation and in certain workforces and academia, but then I think the government got involved, offered money, and bastardized the whole thing, and now it's completely fucking out of whack.
Are you someone scorned by such a government order?
He got passed up by affirmative action.
No, I did not.
I mean, you'd have
I'm
to have
just
some pretty
saying-
inside knowledge to know that that's the case. Like,
I know that that's the case from
Coduello.
many different. I don't want to say on
Mhm.
live stream.
You don't have to answer that question.
you don't have to answer any question, as a matter of fact.
Oh, thanks, bro.
I plead the fifth.
I plead the fifth. You know what? Something that's interesting. I might have accidentally gotten into my college because of affirmative action. Now, if you don't know, I'm white. I'm very white presenting. If you look at me in the street, I'm clearly white, right? But I'm a first-generation American. My mother and father are from France and Morocco. My father would not be considered white. But if I ran as much and was outside as much as him, I'd probably be a similar skin tone. It's just kind of like brown. But he goes outside all the time, right? So, and of course, my name, Ramsey, insert last African-sounding last name. In the application to UCSD that I went to, there was a section that asked for your demographic. And I say, okay, well, I'm American and I'm African. Let's put both of those. And I know what you're thinking. Okay, that doesn't mean that they thought you were black. The subsequent emails after getting into the school where I was invited to join the black club, I forget what the name of it, the like black students of UCSD club, I'm like, oh,
The Black Panthers.
they think I'm black. And I gotta be clear with you, I had decent scores, 3.5 GPA through like the community college that I was doing. It was in the area. I had a decent chance of getting in, but 3.5 compared to a lot of people that were getting in, I got into the school and I got into the major, which is very, I didn't expect it. UCSD is a very well-known school for computer science. So I get the feeling that part of that was that they thought I was black. Again, my name sounds African, my full name especially. Oh my God, what the fuck is that? I saw that fly through the air and I'm like, what is it? I may have gotten a benefit from that by accident because I'm African American, although technically American African. I don't know how to say it. Not too late. I think the TLDR of this conversation is, I think that both sides of the fence here are just not
You
willing
should
to.
always wipe front to back, not back to front.
I agree, especially if you're a woman.
That's the takeaway.
Yes.
I mean, talking about what Toxic is saying, sometimes you have to have the uncomfy conversations.
Yes. See, that's another thing, is that nobody wants to have these conversations. I personally try to stay away from politics and sports because people are just too defensive of what they know. And I think a lot of people need to say, hey, I believe it's this, I have faith in these people because of it, and I have this information. Let's talk about it. What do you have? And then follow up on the information. Be like, okay, well, what does this word mean? Let's look it up on the internet. I think that's much better sets of conversation. But ultimately, I think that the thing that a lot of people are not getting, first of all, everybody is different. And if you are a certain demographic, you're more likely to be similar to people that are in the same demographic. More likely, statistically. Which makes you different and more similar to align with that thing. Is it enough to matter in a lot of scenarios? No, probably not. But if you take a different paradigm, men versus women, something that I talk about a lot, because I feel there's a lot of incel oppressed men that just don't feel like they have any place in society and feel like they're the problem, which I think is a bad thing. What I've learned throughout all these questions and research about men and women is that in most cases, like intellectually, we're basically the same. But we're not the same, we're different. And so we end up not only liking certain different things, women usually like more people, men usually like more things, which is why women getting into nursing more and teachers and men get into engineering and accounting, right? We're also better at different things. Now, if you're a woman and you're an accountant or an engineer and you like that and you want to do that, fucking do it. Yes, it's going to be a sausage party and you should know that ahead of time, which is a big implication. But it has been shown that men end up usually choosing engineering more than women do. Women end up choosing heal fields, health, education, something, something. Men end up choosing STEM fields, science, technology, education, or science, technology. Is it E for education? I forget.
Engineering.
Maybe it's engineering, yeah.
In
yeah.
STEM,
Yeah, STEM.
it's engineering.
Okay, yeah, so whatever that is, right? There's two different kinds of fields. There's STEM fields, there's heal fields. Heals is health, education, something, linguistics, whatever, right? We have found that men end up being not only more interested, but oftentimes better at these things on average. Doesn't mean women can't do these things and that men can't be nurses and teachers. Of course, it's good to have many kinds of perspectives. You know, when you have all your kids being raised by women, you're only giving them a perspective of women, and they're the people who are teaching them, which is, you know, one of the contributing factors of why we have so many fathers leaving and there's a lot of single moms is because there's never like any male guidance in their lives. But I think that what people have to realize is that we have more opportunity for minorities, for women, for affected and disaffected people than we've ever had. So I think on one side, it's great that we're giving more opportunities for people if they want them. On the other side, a lot of these people don't even want these opportunities and are not even going to be suited for them. And we have to accept that that's okay. Like right now, women on average get better academic test scores than men. Like pretty much across the board, on average, they get better test scores. They develop something in their brain that's good for academic teaching sooner than men. So they end up being better. And yet, even though they have more options, they don't choose to be an engineer. They don't choose to be leaders like presidents and whatnot as often. Just statistically, on average. Since they have more opportunity to do so and they don't, you have to assume that they don't want to. Part of it obviously being a societal thing, of not wanting to be around a whole bunch of men and it being a sausage party and feeling like you're, you know, being, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I get that. It's obviously a lot more of an effect than I think a lot of the biological things, but I think that the reason why we set up these paradigms is because it was useful for us. And so make sure you have both sides of the fence in mind, is what I say. Yes, get everybody the exact same opportunity, but always make it on merit. If you can't hang, there's no reason to. Women can be strong. Like, most women in the world could absolutely outlift the average man. But the best woman in the world will never outlift the best man in the world. Just biology, right? I think they also say women are more endearing. Like, what was that? After 197 miles in like a super ultra marathon, women end up being better than the men. And that's part of biology. Men are heavier. Men have more muscles developed for power over endurance, you know, et cetera, et cetera. Anyways, I think these conversations are fascinating. I think that they tell us a lot about not only ourselves, but about how we perceive the world. And ultimately, the TLDR is what I would say is don't be defensive. Don't be so defensive about what you think you know. Because the only thing worse than being mistaken about something is continuing to ignore the possibility of learning what it actually is. Because no matter what you believe, the truth will always be the truth, whether you know it or not. So the only thing worse than thinking something is true when it's false is to continue to ignore all possibility that you could be wrong, because it would make you feel bad. Inherently making other people feel bad too. So yeah, your average YouTuber.
Interesting conversations I've ever had are with people with vastly opposing viewpoints to mine.
Yeah,
and
complimentary.
There have been parts of those conversations where I walk away going, yeah, I don't like I'm thinking about their viewpoint and I'm just going, yeah, I don't think I'll ever think that way about that. But there have also been times where I'm walking away going, I'm gonna have to think on this a little bit.
I'll look this up. Yeah.
I'm not so sure. Like, I'm not so sure anymore, right? But I thought that I knew something, and maybe I'm not as sure now. Like,
yeah.
And that's the real value of the uncomfy conversation.
Yeah. Uncomfy conversation. Yo, I heard something. I guess I have another tangent. Did you want to say anything else? Okay,
I'm all for tangents. I have a pretty random brain. Let's go.
I heard. So you know the First Amendment, United States of America, freedom of speech, whatever, blah, blah, blah. One of the main reasons why freedom of speech was invented, other than obviously to try to avoid the underrepresented oppression, right, is this idea that we want to encourage civil discourse.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the point of freedom of speech is to encourage civil discourse.
Mm-hmm.
The government, the idea of America, wants to encourage people to disagree with each other. And it even outlines, I think, in like the law or the Constitution, that the purpose of doing so should make people uncomfortable. It should make people a little upset when they have these discussions. But only with those civil discourse can we actually learn. We can actually grow. We can push the bounds of who we are and what we do and why we do it. So, like, one of the most important tenets of United States of America is you should argue with people in a civil way, and it should make you emotional. It should make you angry. Literally, it says in the Constitution, or whatever piece of law it's from, I forget exactly, that it should make you emotional. It should make you a little bit angry. And that spurs growth, learning. And I'm like, yes, that is real philosophy written in law. I think that is a fantastic reason.
Mm-hmm.
Bro's getting those exotic. How you doing, your average YouTuber? How are the viewers, bro? I think you came in here before, right? I remember your name. I probably made the same joke I just made.
So along that same note, what I'm curious about is,
which note?
do you think that when it comes to free speech,
Yeah.
do you think there should be anything that cannot be said?
Yeah.
So,
general
the thing about
answer.
Go
Go ahead.
about freedom of speech is it protects your right to say whatever you want. It doesn't protect you from all consequences. It protects you against the government doing anything specifically about
Yep,
your
totally fine with that.
differing thoughts.
Yeah. Well, not quite the question I'm asking. Understand how that was misinterpreted. I think that most people are, to an extent, in agreement that there will be consequences for everything you say. But where does that stop? I'm curious. I have a very, very, very strong standpoint. I want to hear yours first.
Okay, so yes and no. To your literal question of what I hope you're asking, no, there should be nothing that I can say that should have like major consequences for me to just say. The no comes in like if you agreed not to say something, like an NDA or certain government secrets or something that would cause other people harm, then there's a question of legality, whether you cause somebody else
harm. Oh, yeah,
harm.
of course. Yeah.
Whether you agreed not to.
Excluding, like, genuinely threatening somebody's life. Things along those lines.
Is it illegal to threaten somebody's life?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Without doing it?
I mean, it depends on how or where you do
The ability to
it.
carry it out, yes.
Like if you don't carry it out, you just...
It doesn't matter even if you don't. It can still be considered.
What's the crime?
So, it is. I can't remember the actual term for it, but it's very hard to actually get anything done with that law, especially because it's like you have to have proof that they said it. You have to have proof that they could have done it. So if I say
you can be charged with assault.
Okay, so what it says is that yes, you can go to the jail for threatening somebody if the threat is serious enough and is believed that you could actually carry out the threat. You may be charged with a misdemeanor or felony charges.
Yeah. So for example, you know, I'm on the other side of the United States. Probably going to say, Dychronic, I know where you live. In 1 hour, I'm going to show up and I'm going to put a bullet in your head.
Am I eating the bullet? Or what are we talking about?
You know, that's not an actual like reasonable threat. There's no way that I'm going to make a 20-hour trip in.
Don't like planes, huh? Don't like
an
teleporters?
Hour. You know, I haven't saved up the money for one yet.
And honestly, even if you got here by a teleporter, it would take more than an hour to take out my kung fu skills.
You're just gonna fucking matrix the
Skills
bullets.
won't help you, my guy.
I don't know. I seen an anime where he did it once.
Okay.
Exactly. Checkmate, motherfucker.
Yeah.
All right.
So that wouldn't be.
Yeah, I feel you. I understand. Thank you. Just noticed. Well, welcome.
Yeah. However, if I were to say like if I were to post on Facebook or something, Dychronic, I'm coming to kill you, and then you see my timeline is me getting on a plane, me landing in California, and me showing up to your house.
I can call
that would be a totally different. Yeah, you could call the police and say, "Hey, I think this guy's trying to kill me because he flew across the country with what I believe to be the intent to kill me."
So, question: what if you're across the country and you just tell me, like, screw you, I'm gonna end your life if you say that shit ever again? Can I bring that to the police and be like, hey, this guy in fucking buttfuck nowhere, let's call it, I don't know, Kentucky, said that like he wants to kill me? Like, can I tell a police officer and then he'll send it to the local area and they'll do something about it?
If it's repeated threats, yes.
That is true if it's repeated. If I'm constantly like, the second I get the chance, I'm going to kill you, Dychronic, and I just keep saying it over and over every stream I get.
I'm just constantly like, I'm gonna find you, I'm gonna beat the crap out of you. Like, constantly threatening somebody, like, it's...
Yeah. But again, there has to be...
though. Like,
it's almost like winning a defamation case in the U.S. where you gotta prove a shit ton of things alongside the actual crime.
So it has to go to court.
It almost certainly.
I mean, the other person's not gonna be like, "Yes, I threatened to kill him."
Yeah.
Like,
Well, if you have proof, you can take pictures.
Going back to my Facebook example, you could take a picture of it. You could show that this person, like, here's what he said. Here's when he said. Yeah. Here's what he said. Here's when he said it. Here's how he said it. You got proof of that. Now, if you and I are just like in person and I say, "Hey, I'm gonna fucking kill you," and then I leave or something, it would end up being just your word against mine.
Yeah, because there's plenty of times where like you play a prank on somebody and they go, "I'm gonna fucking kill you," and they don't actually mean it. So like, how do you rationalize the legality?
You personally have to feel threatened. There has to be like proof that they genuinely meant it to an extent. And there has to be a reasonable way that they can actually do it.
Interesting. What's up, Zell? Welcome to well, it's a stream.
It's definitely a stream. This
Current
is
viewers 1.
interesting.
That's what I like to hear. Fine, you know what? California is actually a toilet that's perpetually on fire. Why are we a toilet? We don't have any water. And we have all the money. What do you want? Why are we a toilet? We're porcelain. We're
okay, so
a golden
you're
throne.
a gold-plated broken toilet.
Yeah. Still works better than whatever happens in Kentucky.
Damn.
Works better
Well,
than
you
an
gotta have
outhouse,
Kentucky
bro. I don't know. It's just like
the outhouse actually works. So
okay, you shit in a bucket in the ground that you then septic pipe out.
I mean, what's different than that of having a broken toilet? Like,
Mine doesn't stink, and it flushes.
I mean, but if it's broken, it doesn't have water in it, so it doesn't flush.
Okay, so I'm gonna say something slightly blasphemous. Whoops.
You're in the water,
That's
by
not
the
what I
way.
wanted to do. Yeah, I know. I accidentally closed my game.
We are perpetually on fire, but that's totally different. We are
Can we-
currently
can we
the
go
least
do
on fire
something?
state.
We are currently.
Like, I think I remember
Change
saying.
it really any moment, but
I think about like something somebody said about like America versus other countries, and people are like, America's going to shit, I'm leaving here. I'm like, have you seen the other countries? Like, have you seen
know
the
what your
rights
options are?
issues in Iran?
Like,
Do you see the Russia, how they treat the anti-war stuff? Like, we are currently a dirty shirt, but we are the cleanest dirty shirt. And so to your question about
Oh, man.
California, I think we're like a dirty shirt, but we're a pretty clean dirty shirt.
Yeah, go be gay in Iran. See where that gets you.
Yeah, because like, you know, you go on like a business trip and then you only plan for like 3 days, so you bring 3 shirts, right? That's where it comes from. And you have to stay a 4th day because of a flight issue. You pick the cleanest dirty shirt. And right now, like, it could be California. I mean, the closest to like defecting and becoming our own country. I'd rather not. What state do you live in, Toxic? And what are your gun laws like?
why? So you can threaten him?
Yeah, you and your whole Kentucky-looking state, finger-looking good. Better get your shit good,
Oh fuck! If you're in Kentucky, I'll find you.
and I will eat your chicken. Oh, Canada doesn't seem great today either. What happened to Canada?
I think, funny enough, I don't think Kentucky comes from Kentucky.
You
The whole K is a lie.
How is it? No.
I'm pretty sure.
Kentucky. Also, what's a gun law?
Based.
Oh, you know, the things that make sure that you cannot have one.
I think my favorite thing. This will be the only political comment that I'll make
I'm sure.
about. Unless you'd rather I not, in which case I won't.
You say it. Or free speech and, you know, Dychronic.
Oh,
You just got done saying that it's important to be able to be uncomfortable.
I mean, I know, but you know, it is his stream. I didn't want to, cause a problem.
Throw it out. I'll tell you if you're fired.
I'll take it. I'll just win. I don't even tell you you stepped over the line. I'll just kick you out of the
I'll let you know if you're fired. Yeah.
But like, one of my favorite things was President Biden saying, "Well, there were limits even back in the day about what kind of firearms you could own. You couldn't just own a cannon." No, you could. You totally could.
Counterpoint, Texas.
Texas. Can you own
The-
explosive munitions? Like at
No.
RPG-7?
No, you cannot.
Can I own a flashbang?
No, you
What
would
can
have
I
to
own?
go. Okay, let me
a
rephrase this.
firework.
You, some fireworks. So
Okay, how
anything,
big?
anything that has to do with alcohol, tobacco, firearms, or explosives are regulated by the
ATF.
ATF. The
Little
pieces of
bullshit,
shit that
but-
they are.
Whatever.
I see you're a fan.
Oh man, we should absolutely not write
Get
fan
into a
fiction
discussion
about
of the
Ted
ATF
Kaczynski
or
and send ATF headquarters little joke messages.
Man, you make your own YouTube channel. That seems weird. It's not small enough of a
Don't
niche, let me
do
tell
that.
you.
Don't do that. That would be
we don't
mean
we
and
don't-
naughty.
We don't want to get into it on the ATF.
Why did
because,
Why did Wagner bow down to Putin so fast? Wait, what happened, Connor?
I lost my dog a couple weeks ago, so they can't get rid of her.
It's like you burn your weed and be like, you can't take it away from me. The government can't take what isn't here no more. I'll just go back in time and smoke it later.
Joke's on you. My dog already died.
That sounds like one of those like monk episodes. Be like, his dog just mauled my wife. The dog's been dead for a week.
Ooh, blue.
Oh, blue.
Blue. I'm out of bait. I've been out of bait for a little bit.
Oh, empty cook. Oh,
Imagine
now the
being
music
out of
starts.
bait.
Just go on like Tinder. You'll find plenty of bait.
That's bait.
Who knows? Maybe the date I'm being set up on is bait.
You end up on how to catch a predator.
Gotta catch a predator.
How to catch a prey. You gotta wonder, this lady, I literally met once and asked her out. She said no, and she still said, I want to set you up with my friend. What does she know? What did she tell her friend? What is her friend
She looked
into?
up your name, found your YouTube channel, and just became like drenched.
Nah, absolutely not. My name is not connected. My first name is not connected to my YouTube channel solely. Literally, I think that the only possibility is that I'm incredibly
Isn't it on
tall
Twitch?
and I'm muscular. Well, my name is there, but there's so many Ramses in the world. You need my last name in order to focus me down.
Okay, alright, that's fair.
Malak.
Malak. You're close. No, probably not even close.
Oh shit.
No, you're not even close.
Marco Rubio.
No, that's
Marco, you know I told you I was Moroccan French, right?
I was close.
Well, sorry.
I'm slowly narrowing the gap.
Where's Marco Rubio from? Spain?
I don't fucking know.
Okay, so
All
how
I
do
know
you know
is she's
you're
a
close?
politician, and I don't like those.
Mario! Definitely I'm not Mario, no. I mean, Kentucky is a forest, so if you try to hunt me down, I'll just become a free man. Are you from Kentucky, Toxic? Was that? I would pick Kentucky because I don't think I knew anybody from Kentucky. Well, other than Monty, but he's not here. I picked it specifically because I thought nobody here would be the target. Which I've just added everybody here is not living in Kentucky. So one down, 49 to go.
I'll give you another hint. It's not Alaska or Hawaii
Hawaii, no.
yet.
I wish to vacation when I murdered you and your whole family. That's a threat. What, another one? Platinum rewards has got to be the last one, right? trying this exotic quest.
Okay, can we go do something, please?
We could do seasonal story stuff.
Sure.
Okay, but like, let's finish the focus fishing though. Because it's probably gonna end like 5 minutes.
Yeah, the public event was getting ready to start.
I'm going to go to the helm real quick.
Oh damn, that's
After platinum is diamond? There's no fucking way there's a diamond after platinum. Bungie's never had a diamond. Ooh, a purple. Ah! Alright, it's over.
Anyway, what
You're gonna talk to
what I was saying previously is anything that's explosive or like automatic weaponry, anything of that sort, you have to get a tax stamp from the ad fee.
Yeah. Anytime I see a gun video on YouTube, they're like, do you know how many papers we have to sign in order to cut a barrel down?
Oh, it's fucking absurd the amount of paperwork that you have to do.
Alright, well, I'm in orbit, ready to go.
I just gotta grab some things from the helm real quick.
You can look it up, I'm right.
Oh.
I believe you, but like, really? It's 500 at this point. They love platinum. That's fine, I'll just keep doing it until I die. I'm resigned to it. But like, goddamn, she looked at me and she said, no, I'm not dating this guy. But I have a friend who would love a really tall guy. It's gotta be the only thing, right? It's gotta be it, right? Because she looked at me for like a total of like 5 seconds. Maybe 5-10 seconds in my face. Right? Maybe she saw my ass when I was walking away?
maybe it's not a simple thing.
What
She's
the
like, maybe
fuck was that?
personalities don't jive.
Yeah, but
And so
I know,
she's
but
like, you know who that would be perfect for?
no,
This
she,
friend of mine.
she didn't know my personality. I literally did not know her, walked up to her and said, hey, I don't want to interrupt for too long, but I was wondering if you wanted to join me for some coffee or tea sometime. I'd love to get to know you. And she said, not interested. I said, that's all right. My name's Ramsey. I'll see you around. She gave me her name and I walked away. She knew nothing other than that I was brave enough to walk up to somebody in the middle of the day and ask them out.
Okay. All right.
That's all she, well, you could, you know, the fact that I was brave enough to do that may be another factor. But I gotta imagine it's mostly based on the fact that I'm 6.5 feet tall. I have to imagine. And to be fair, I,
mean,
live in a
yeah,
very
like,
Asian
that's
area,
definitely,
so
that's
They
definitely
love tall
working
people.
in your favor. Like,
I can't imagine it would
It
be
ain't.
based on anything else. Yeah, what's up? Goose bag.
Joke's on you. She's a subscriber. Knows exactly who you are.
If she did, she still offered. She definitely.
This
If
whole
she knew I
time-
was she was a subscriber, I understand why she said no. Let me put it that way. Hello. How are
No, I
you?
just mean like that would absolutely be hysterical to me. Like,
I think that would be hilarious. I wish she told me. If it's true.
Right.
Like, I would rather know and her just say I don't want to talk to you ever again than the alternative, because that sounds like a great story.
Aww.
yeah,
My sister just sent me.
I made a pass at this woman in public one time. Turns out she watches my YouTube channel and thinks I'm annoying as fuck.
She watched me though, on purpose. That's
At least once.
at least more than once to subscribe. Yeah, at least once. It has to be at least more than once, because she subscribed the first time, and then the second time she must have like been like, nah, that guy's fucking stupid. It must have been at least twice.
It's so annoying.
The first time she subscribed. The second time she actually watched. Or maybe she subscribed because by accident. I don't know. You just accidentally subscribe to a Destiny 2 channel when you don't play video games? I have. You coming, Waffle?
I'm here. What?
Are you coming, Matt? Matt,
What?
are you coming to join us?
What are you to do?
I was gonna continue my story stuff, so starting with some salvage. Did you want more bait? You're gonna have to repeat what you say. You're cutting out a bit there.
That's weird.
We can do story content. Maybe we could do a dungeon.
Dungeons don't give you bait.
Okay.
Am I still cutting out?
No, it's every once in a while. What are you up to, Mr. Goosebag?
I mean, it's probably time to.
I'll take that as a compliment. Takes one look at you, instant waterfalls. Is it you talking about the anime waterfall, like where they're like, yeah, like they love something, or that they're sad? What is that waterfall? I will say, as a gay boy, you.
I don't think I've ever
material. Oh yes.
I don't know. Okay, I don't know if somebody said that to me. I'd probably be pretty fucking alarmed.
What instant waterfall?
No, as a gay man, you'd be great boyfriend material.
Yeah, I gotta wonder. Why does it matter if you're gay? Because women date men too. Oh, maybe he says from his perspective because he dates men. He knows what he's looking for in men in a different way. I appreciate that, though, Toxic. I can't help but notice he didn't say waffle was fiancé material.
Oh, I'm actually taken.
I know! Aren't you fiancé? Are you married yet or not?
Yeah.
Dude, like, so many different times you've told me different stories. What's the actual truth?
I don't want to say it on stream.
You don't want to say if you're married or not?
Nope. I want people to know as little about me as possible.
His name is Derek. He lives
Fuck
in Kentucky.
Fuck you!
Fuck you! Come at me, bro. Make a threat. See what happens. I know my rights.
I know my right.
I know I keep talking about this, but I think it's fantastic discussion material because I really don't have a lot of dating experience. I feel like, chat, you're like the bro that I can tell about like my dating stuff, and I'm like, dude, this happened. But like, what do I imagine about somebody who has their friend set them up on a date?
You should ask chat about that weird lump you found on your balls the other day.
On my neck? Hey Blaze, welcome to the stream. But I think it's concept, right?
What?
If a friend is setting you up on a date, it could mean that that person is not experienced with dating enough. Although at the same time, I've been set up on a date by my sister before. So, but I would say at the time I had very little dating experience. So that's where I'm drawing my conclusion from.
I mean,
You don't know
I would
until you
say
know.
Probably don't overanalyze it.
Yeah. Just get in there, get to know that person is who they are, not what they seem to be.
Yeah, and see where it goes.
What's the worst thing that happens? You spend some money on a night. I drink water. I don't drink tea, coffee, alcohol. What am I going to be paying for? Gas.
Food.
Oh, well. Usually I invite them to like coffee or tea, like midday stuff, because it's like simpler in public in the day. Although she did invite me to a glass of wine on her behalf, so is that the standard?
Midday stuff. That way you can like mitigate the rape allegations.
Well, I know. It's actually for her benefit more. Is that it's easier for her to leave at any point, and that has less implications, sexual implication. I think it's more comfortable to talk to people you don't know in the middle of the day than the end of the day, right? Other than like work schedules.
That's literally what I do. I go home, I get online, and I talk to people I've never actually fucking met.
I talk to people and ask them about their rape allegation. I don't know why I thought you were gonna say that. Is this different? I feel like I haven't seen this salvage before.
Yeah, this is new.
How did this thrall
At least to me.
sacrifice?
It's not.
Can I go in the portal?
Then
Sacrifice
again,
me.
I haven't done a whole lot of salvage.
I mean, salvage is a pretty terrible activity, so.
Yeah, because y'all are killing me.
I don't hate
I
it.
want to shoot something.
Yeah, if you haven't done a bunch of it, like, I get it. Like,
That's true.
like, deep dives are so much better.
Deep dives actually I think are really cool, especially now that I know you can go fucking deeper.
Yeah, that one time you're like, it'll be over soon. What the fuck? We're still going deeper?
Yeah, didn't know what was happening. I was like, okay, we're at 1,000 meters. I did the first and the second encounter. We're gonna go to the boss now.
No, you go to 5,000.
Oh, there's another encounter.
7,000.
Oh, there's another encounter. Oh, there's another encounter. Oh, it's the boss.
Well, you know that's a red flag. If somebody's never been to 5,000 meters, then you know it's a cut that off. You know. Shall we talk
can't
about? Oh,
fucking do that. That removes like 6 of my wives.
well, I mean, I'm asking for advice. I'm not implicating my experience, professionalism. Oh, you know, I heard about something the other day. Of something called beige flags. You know what that is?
Some made-up cringe TikTok shit.
Yes, but its implication I think is sound. I called them orange or yellow flags, but it's essentially the stuff that like do not end the relationship, but that like if you married them, you'd get sick of it after 10 years. It's like the little quirks that you think are quirky that are just that'll eventually get to you. Like,
Or, you know, instead of like making a video or making an internet post, you could talk to them about it. You fucking freaks.
well, I think that at the very least it's communication style, where you can communicate to somebody that like it's not a red flag, but I don't like it. You can label it.
Or you can just talk like a normal fucking human. What the fuck?
You can still talk to people within that circumstance. What do you mean?
I don't know. Modern language and that shit makes me fucking furious.
Well, language is exactly that.
No, it's not. I still talk like it's 1742.
Oh yeah, is that where you met your first wife?
That was actually 2 years after I met my first wife.
Ah, yeah, yes. Delilah or Lindsay? Or Deborah, sorry. Fuck, what are 1,700 names? Victoria?
That's the one, yep.
That's the one.
I miss her. I told her she shouldn't try to fist fight that gorilla.
I miss her, but not nearly as much as the shovel I used. That was a great fucking shovel. Oh, dude, that guy has a better spot. I want that spot. Yeah, this is good shit right here. Ah, never mind. Enemies spawn behind us here. Never mind. I need help. Wobble. Never mind. You just ran away.
Well, I saw him getting you.
You didn't even look at me.
I did.
saw you.
I was right there.
I saw you didn't look at me. Oh, you must have looked at me when you were in your rift. Because your character didn't turn.
Oh.
You didn't even
I put a
look
rift up
at
there
me.
and I saw somebody running to you. I figured you were fucking fine.
Yeah, I was. You got lucky. I could have died. And it wouldn't have been as ugly as Victoria, but it would have been ugly. There's one thrall standing next to the objective and not moving. What the fuck are you doing?
He's just kind of, you know, okay, he doesn't want to be here.
He's just
kinda
hiding.
Scared.
He's just hiding. And not even that well. He's just standing there. Like, what are you doing? What is your purpose?
Thrall just turns around. I'm sorry.
Imagine getting
so fast,
critiqued by
you
the opposing enemy.
You're getting carried in seasonal activities.
That thrall was getting carried, yeah. Imagine going to war and then like before an enemy kills you, they critique you on your stance. Yeah, that fucking sucks, dude. You really need to get that left foot forward. You need to twist with your hips, get that real motion in there. Yeah, you're getting it. Die.
Listen, let's be real. Let's be real. You're gonna fucking kill me. You're gonna annihilate me. I will be forgotten. At least kill me cool.
Oh, well, where'd you come from? Cotton Eye Joe.
If you just kind of poke me, it's just an embarrassing death.
Really?
Listen,
that's all you're gonna
figure
do?
out if you. What the fuck?
That's all you're
I
gonna
didn't
do?
know things move on these platforms.
I've trained for the last 6 months for this, and that's all you've got? Obviously, the Scottish are attacking.
I don't know why we went Scottish, but okay.
It was the first. I had to represent somebody who was different than me.
You
Honestly,
chose
when I think
Scottish?
about war, I think Scottish.
When I think about war, I think of the man who could complete my mustache.
Either Scottish or Russian, I think, yeah. As somebody who's like passionate, energetic, a big part of like honor and culture.
Yeah, you should have either been the Finnish in the Finnish-Russian War, or the Nazis, because both of those groups just took fucking meth quite frequently.
I know, I remember that. I was there, you know.
That's where I met my fourth wife. She was in Auschwitz.
Oh shit.
One
Was
of
her
the
name
greatest
Anne?
stars that place ever knew.
I don't know, what's a German name? Female German. Anne! That's all I got.
Wagner.
Wagner? That's like a last name.
Oh god.
Down in the deep. Treat whoever type you're interested in like, you would food. Just try everything and see what sticks. We'll see if it sticks, I might get gonorrhea. But like the thing is, like, I don't even know what kind of cuisine she is. Well, I was told that she was Japanese, but I don't know what kind of person she is, you know?
Hey, you've done this before.
I've not done Japanese.
Yikes. Getting worse.
Getting worse. Honestly, get in contact with her and tell her to say no. But I think that the
You should
spirit
get
of
in
what
contact with her and ask her how well she can roleplay Hiroshima victims.
I wasn't gonna say that.
That always goes over well.
Yeah, that's how you met your 23rd wife, yeah.
Yeah.
Just,
So how about that
don't-
sports ball team, huh?
What, are you worried somebody's gonna be offended? Everybody that was affected by that is fucking dead.
Ah, well, you're right. You know, look. There's no such thing as too soon. It's been 100 years, almost. But like, yeah, I get where you're going there. I thought it was kind of funny, but I'm not gonna laugh like in public.
I'm trying to think, what comedian was it that was talking about, like, how he was making a joke about somebody who had, like, just died a week prior, and somebody in the crowd was heckling him, like, dude, that's too soon. He's like, no, it's not. It's fresh on everybody's mind. It's the perfect fucking time to make a joke about it.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Somebody's gonna say like, oh, the Gulf of Mexican War to Travesty Day, the Battle of the Bulge. Oh, you can't talk about it. What the fuck are those things? Battle of my bulge. Yeah, I think that you can joke about everything. I think you can joke about anything. Like, the purpose of humor is to kind of... I think most humor is gonna be ridiculing, like, the bad times. Something goes so horribly, you just gotta laugh at it, you know? It brings perhaps meaning and less anxiety to things that are hard.
I think...
That being said, I do not want to roleplay Hiroshima victims. I don't even know what that would entail, and how my rocks would be getting off by making people suffer.
Like, trace yourself on a wall and just kind of let it be there.
Okay.
Oh, he has an idea. Oh. He has a specific idea.
And I don't like it.
Oh. Okay, I mean, that's a good point. It is a fascinating piece of history, though, that people got, like, traced against walls. Fascinating how the science works, you know. Either way, How about that sports ball team?
Yeah. No, what I was saying is that I think that the two sides to that coin is you should absolutely be able to joke about whatever the hell you want. I also think that
I was
there's
joking
some
about
people that
Brittany's
just-
life, officer.
it was a meme, dude.
It was a prank, bro.
Relax.
It was a may.
I think the other side of the coin there is you've also got to recognize when what you're saying is like really bothering somebody.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, sometimes some people are oversensitive and fucking bitch made.
Hell, mayday. Cool. Yeah, I think we're on the page of same.
It's like I understand that
Our name would
people
be
need to have
Mildred.
thicker skin. People need to have thicker skin. No, Mildred was my fourth wife.
Mildred, I will ask you about that later. You better remember that. Victoria first,
I
Mildred
will.
fourth. I'm very good at remembering names and numbers. I remember definitely the least important stuff. You know, that was a line that I used with a girl once, and it fucking worked. I think it was the first girl I asked out. I saw her again one day, and I
Hey, baby, I
called her by.
remember your name because I remember the unimportant stuff.
Hey, let me say the thing. Interrupted my story, but yeah, I knew her name. I said, "Hey, that's your name," and you're like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, you remember it?" I'm like, "Yeah, I don't remember a lot, but I remember the important things." Woo! My sister would hear. She would be like, "That's the right answer. That's the right answer." Like Family Feud. That's up there. That's the right answer. Hey Sam, welcome to the stream. You guys didn't like that? I think that's the right answer. Well, you gotta say it smooth. You can't say it creepy. You know, you could be like, I don't remember a lot of things, but I remember the important things. Give her a smile and move on. She needs to know that it was a line for it to be an effective line.
You joining us down here?
But just like any line, you gotta.
You're overcomplicating it. I got at least 5 wives by just calling them a whore.
Are you wondering why they are not your wives anymore?
Oh, they're still my wives. I bought them fair and square.
Oh, right. I'm not gonna follow up that question, actually. I've decided, hey Sam, how you doing? Welcome to chat. Smooth.
I can say the most fucking vile shit and just move the fuck on.
Yeah, blue waffles. Anyways, how about that sports ball team? Do you know how long it took before I knew that blue waffles is not a real disease? I thought that shit was real. Chat.
I genuinely did not.
Have the missing fire team's last known?
What? Did he know it was real?
Are there no modifiers on this?
Just
No.
hoping they got turned around.
This is the Mayday mission. This is the basic bitch version.
Oh.
I'm sure they'll make us do a real one after this. Yeah, what are you up to, Sam? What you doing? You have to save me from the fans. He did it. Okay. I am not changing course.
Oh, we're talking about me now. Can we stow this until I'm back?
Hey, buddy.
Big guy, I know
What's
you
that?
wanna help,
You
but
wanna
I'm
jump
about
up?
to be shot at here.
You want to jump up? Yes. Come on up, buddy.
Start marking target.
Yes.
I'll knock him down. I've got bodies
All
on
you
the
use
approach
is
to
for
Delta
like
site.
saying,
I bet you like Hitler, right?
oh,
Damn it.
oh, there's a fight. Let's go.
We need to get these running.
I have a friend like Saint, but he's just gay. He's not entertaining in any other way.
Are we talking about Sane or your friend?
My friend.
Okay.
He said we need a friend like Saint. I said I have a friend like Saint. He's just gay and boring. He
You
likes
think,
men.
you think the defining characteristic of Saint is that he's gay?
Fucking Bungie certainly does.
Oh, okay. Different discussion. I think the defining characteristic of Saint is that he's a boisterous, aggressive, confident, but caring individual. That is not somebody who can be boring.
I will say something that makes me fucking angry to no end is how unbelievably fucking political Bungie is.
Yeah, they are. I think they've made I heard from a friend that they made a few, what do you call it, diversity hires, instead of hiring certain people that would have been really helpful. But then again, maybe it's better for the total future of humanity. Is that friend me? I'm gay, but uninteresting. Yeah, is it toxic? We've already offended those people, so we don't have to have that conversation again.
Yeah, we've already fucked with them.
We already, they're already left. Oh, hey. I'm trying to get my Titan and Hunter to the Pinnacle cap. Ooh, fancy. Fancy, fancy. I'm just doing seasonal fishing, trying to get that exotic. Bam, 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 bam.
Speaking of that, I need to do a deep dive and hit the second statue.
Statue?
Yeah.
I don't know what this. What does that do?
Or where you deposit the broken blades.
What does that do?
You not know about this?
No.
Keep it together.
We're talking about Toland, or we're talking about like a quest?
So each planet has its own
Yeah.
exotic fish, and when you deposit the exotic fish for the planet, you get a broken blade of strife.
Did
and
that
you have to
start happening
deposit
recently?
it.
Because I didn't have that come when I did the first time.
So there are different exotic fish for each of the planets. Only 2 of them have been released so far.
Yeah, and I've gotten both of them. I haven't received that before. I have the other one in my
And
inventory
then
right
after
now.
you deposit them in the helm, you get
It's only after the second one, or what?
broken blade. It's a strife, and you have to deposit them at statues in the deep dive.
I'm already in contact.
Okay, no. I want you to be here. You're so fluffy and warm.
I still can't tell if you're kidding or not. You don't.
No, I've not done it before. I've deposited multiple exotic fish and not received any broken blades, and I have one on me right now. Are you planting egg, or you are planting egg?
We're not in danger. We are the danger.
You just defined like all of Kentucky boring and chicken. Fucking Kentucky, am I right? Fucking Tennessee, am I right? I'm still I'm so annoyed at myself that I almost asked out the same girl twice because I didn't recognize her. I clearly have a type, let me tell you. I clearly have a type. I don't know if I should be
Big
like
titty.
thankful or not.
Fat ass.
I mean, I think that would qualify as one of my types. But as you're probably aware, women who go to the gym are usually not big titty.
Pass through Titan's rig. These guardians, I don't recognize them.
Not without assistance.
Yeah, but they're just not very frequently. Usually larger breasts are connected to heavy body weight. Which if you're going to the gym all the time and you're all buff and stuff, it's gonna be hard.
I need to go see.
Should we get into this part of the conversation?
Send me the
Tits or ass?
tactical.
Tits or ass?
Titties.
What do you guys think is mine?
Statistically speaking, with probability, ass.
And do you think that that's who I am?
Yes.
You would be wrong.
I think that
My man really.
You went with
being here,
statistics.
Like, yes, by
What do you
I think that
Go ahead.
well, the fact that I don't know means that just purely statistically speaking is 80% chance it's ass.
You really think 80% of people are ass people?
Yeah, there's been actually a fuck ton of surveys about it.
All right. Do you think that there's
In
a
fact,
certain connection?
for some reason, when it comes to gay men, they prefer tits.
Like as in pectorals? Or like on women?
On women.
Okay. Probably because men have bigger asses, so they're like, I already got a ton of that.
they want they can't.
They wish for what they can't have.
Yeah. Grass is always greener.
Oh.
Straight hair people want curly hair. Curly hair people want straight hair.
That is
But-
not true because I have no interest in men.
No.
What?
What?
We're saying they like tits because they can't have tits.
Well, but yeah, it is something that's new and interesting.
I,
And...
I don't want man ass because that's gay.
Well, gay people want man ass, and they have man ass, but they never have woman tits. Unless you're really fat. Which I assume it's a similar consistency. But believe it or not, I have not felt up a man's boobs before. Although, you know, maybe I have. But anyways, I'm not going to continue that. Have you done the dungeon yet this week? I kind of have. Natural is better, by the way. Yeah. I mean, I agree. I think,
Well,
for me, I'm a tits guy. And something that my ex told me. She was like, I bet I could guess. And I'm like, okay, guess. Took her like 20 minutes to actually give me a real answer. Because she was like, well, what this thing, this thing. Apparently what she said, and I guess I should, before I say it, do you think that there's a connection that can be made between being an ass man and a tits man? Do you think it implies something about that person? Or the reverse, can you tell what kind of person they are, ass or tits man, based on who they are? Do you think there's a connection?
I don't know exactly what you're getting at.
So like,
But after that,
okay, I'll say what my ex said. She said that tits men are usually more ambitious.
when I was trapped in the
And the thing the conclusion I draw there is, especially within dating, there's an order of operations. You know, when you first meet somebody, you shake their hand. Eventually, you move to hugs. Maybe at some point, you walk her through the door. You put your hand in the small of her back. You have a cycle of where you go. You don't immediately go to the tits, right? Like when you get to the groping, you start with the ass. You go to the ass before you go to the tits, right? It's the sequence of events. You're allowed to grope the ass before the tits. Like that's the sequence, right? So, but
I don't know. My sixth wife, I met on the street.
okay, shut up.
and
I don't want to hear about your
behind a
sixth wife.
dumpster.
I don't want to hear about it. But like that's the order of operations, right? So I can draw a connection between tits being more ambitious, because to go for the tits you have to be more confident, you have to be more ambitious, you have to want it more, because it is a higher level of trust, at least from my experience, and people I talk to seem to agree. I joined a bit out of context. Welcome back to the stream. But I agree, like it's in some way like the ass is easier access, so maybe a conclusion can be drawn. Do you think that connection can be drawn? Obviously not as a necessity, but do you think that there can be a connection drawn? And do you think there's anything else?
When the time comes, you will see it too.
I'm asking you guys.
I don't know. I have personal
Phrasing of it.
experience of contrary, so
Oh yeah?
Into the trenches. that
Ambitious
burn.
ass mans?
Yours on top,
no.
mine in the tower.
Kind of rolls off the tongue a little bit.
I look forward to it.
Ambitious ass hombres. Drop mic gone. You should have seen what we've been talking about for the last 2 hours, RJ. Anyways. Look, maybe it's social confirmation bias, because I'm like, well, I'm a tits man, and I want to be more ambitious. So there's obviously there's confirmation bias there. But at the same time, I have a process. And I genuinely say this, for anybody who's worried about like groping and touching and like what's allowed where, you should always do so one step at a time, and find their reaction. You can ask them about it, be like, can I touch your ass? But that might throw people off and make them uncomfortable. So if you're going to do stuff more intimate, more sexual, whatever, you have to do it one step at a time.
Questions unanswered.
Excuse me, madam. May I examine your bosom? Thine areolas shine bright like the greatest star.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's a turnoff. Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah,
so
'cause
there's an
that's
order of
fucking
operations.
Weird.
Yeah,
Why did
exactly.
you say that?
Well, I was saying, there are certain things you can ask. Like, I've asked a girl before, being like, I'm a little nervous, and I kind of want to kiss you right now. And she said yes, right? Like, you can ask them about certain things, but you want to, especially as the man, take some chances. I would also recommend the half commit into full commit. So if you really want to kiss somebody, you wait for like a kind of moment. You look at their lips, you lean in a bit, you see what they do. Half commit, and then go full commit. So there's that option too. But don't half commit and then stutter a bunch. People like confidence. But yes, if you're worried about intimacy, one step at a time. Shake their hand, give them a hug. I like high fives. High fives are great. Small of the back through a doorway, or like if you're talking to them, you can use your hands with contact. You can grab their shoulder to kind of like reinforce somebody. You reinforce something, or like it's great to meet you. You put your hand on their shoulder, right? Like you can get little bits of touch and see how they're comfortable with it.
That's a whole thing. It's literally called breaking the touch barrier.
Yeah, it's communication. I guess I never realized it was a special thing. I kind of just learned it street smarts wise.
No, like, and I mean, you're right. Like, I feel like the majority of people wouldn't know, like, that that's actually a thing.
Yeah, there's an order of operations, and it doesn't all have to be in one day. Definitely spread it out.
It's hard to make sense of Asa's
And everybody will go at their own pace. Some women will be like, just fucking fuck me already. And other girls will be like, I had a bad experience. Yeah, because that's my fault.
Bad experience.
I fucking hate that, dude. I had a bad experience, and that's my problem because...
Of course, that you can prevent the deep from drowning.
All right, let me clarify what I just said.
Not that I'm worried.
If somebody has trauma, it is their problem. It is literally their problem. You can do what you can to make them more comfortable, but it is their problem. They have to deal with it. They have to see therapy. They have to talk to their support network, and they have to get more comfortable with it, or whatever. But you decide whether, yeah, or die. You have to decide whether or not that's okay, and draw your line in the sand. But to be very clear, their trauma is their problem. That's the end of the story. Don't think it's your problem. Don't think it's your duty. Don't think that you have to do what they say because they're uncomfortable. You have to tell them, hey, this is what I would want to do. This is where I want to be. Meet me somewhere in the middle. Or something like that, right? Exotic fish. Here we go. I got blades of ambition.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't get it the first time. I'm just saying,
So, did you fish on
Yes.
the miasma?
No, I got
on
this.
the throne world?
I just got this from Nessus.
Okay, so go into collections and see if you have.
Where are the blades? Are they in my inventory?
So you can go to inventory and look at the fishing tackle, and it will tell you if you have a broken blade claimed from the throne world and from Nessus.
From Nessus. So I need to get the throne world as well. Do I have to wait for the week to come by where it's the throne world?
No, because it still has increased activity in miasma.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know it could be two at once.
Probably for this exact reason, because they released the new exotic fish. for the each individual. Well, for 2
It
of the
does say both,
individual
yeah.
ones so far.
All right, well, I got 24 purple fish though. Well, how you doing, Abyss? You missed some real interesting conversations. Let's put it that way. You know Ambitious Assassin? Nah, we got Ambitious Ass Man. My man! Ambitious Ass Man! A 68 armamentarium. Whee! I think I already have a high. I think one of my only 70s was an armamentarium. Imagine deleting a 68 exotic because it was too low. Well, just me? Just me?
I mean, if you already have the like, you already have.
I
a
want to
really
go
good roll
shoot
with something.
shit.
Okay, fine. I'm just let me release my fishies.
Release the Kraken.
Release the Kraken. Just getting him back. Welcome back. Asa is just like, what the actual fuck is the Guardian on about? Look, if you think that this is a conversation you don't want to be part of it, just say I don't want to be part of it. I think it's interesting. And I'm not drunk.
I swear to drunk, I'm not caught.
I think I'm caught.
Despacito.
That's
What about Pussy Toes? Operation Fulgurite. You ready?
Yes.
Yes.
so the story this week.
Yeah, what about it?
I've been seeing lots lots of things that are people are like,
I haven't done
"Oh,
it.
it was so good," and I'm like,
I haven't done it.
"But was it really though?"
Was it really though? I did hear people think it was good. But I'm pretty far behind. I'm at 16 out of 39.
Scans have uncovered a rich shelf of egg
Because everyone's like, actually, I want to do a raid because Dychronic, you're so good at putting raid teams together.
that it has attracted the attention
I'm sorry, I
of
realize
good
that
at-
some of those people are here.
The fuck does that mean? Mr. Beast looks like he was breastfed until he was 8.
He's a tits
What
man.
does that mean?
It means he's a tits man. He's an ambitious tits man. What can I say? Steve Jobs, Bill Gates,
Oh my god.
Elon Musk, all tits man. What can I say?
Have you ever wondered if
That
you
is
could like
that is statistically
fucking prove to your
insignificant.
cat?
Say again?
You ever think you could just like prove to your cat like that you're stronger? Like
Usually.
it bites you, you just fucking chuck it against the wall.
Absolutely, do it all the time.
Just so
I
we're
don't
clear,
think it would make a
disrespect
difference,
the commander again, I'll hurl you off the arcology like a shot put.
because it's a cat.
That's cat.
So my cats are I have 2 cats. They're both outdoor cats. One of them is really smart, and the other one's a fucking retard.
Yeah, that's kid sounds like cats to me. Well, thank you so much, Abyss. Appreciate it. Dychronic raids are raids of all time. There's also the fact that my raids usually don't go very well, so
Don't call her that.
y'all keep choosing to be here. Keep saying you have a funny cat and a
Yeah.
serious
So
cat.
one of them. I would like to preface this by saying they're not really my cats. They just kind of showed up and never left.
I kind of stole them.
I've never like forced them to stay. They just kind of are here.
Did you get them all like treated and spayed and neutered and stuff?
No,
So can they reproduce?
Worried you couldn't.
they're both dudes.
From what I hear.
Well, I mean, imagine they're indoor only cats.
No, they're outdoor.
Well, have you noticed any perhaps behavioral difficulties because of their non-neutered status?
Not
Oh.
neutered status.
I don't know.
That's
I
important.
don't watch the cats all the time. They just kind of live outside.
They live outside, so they can fuck the pumas, lady pumas out.
Smile on you.
I mean, they certainly could fucking try.
You know what it reminds me of? Like what is it called? They crossed a corgi with a German Shepherd, and it looks like a corgi with like a German Shepherd cosplay, and I'm like, I gotta imagine this tiny fucking corgi fucking this big ass German Shepherd. Like, how did it work? Which one was the female?
What were the logistics?
Yeah, which one was the female? How much of like an ambitious ass man was this? Like, you think you're ambitious? The fucking corgi that fucked that German Shepherd. That's the pinnacle of ambition right there.
I'm surprised that the corgi didn't just die.
In either situation, honestly.
Right, either way that was.
Yeah, either way. You come back for the content because you love it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Abyss. I hope you like the content that you are currently receiving.
Anyway, no, they live outside.
Oh, you died.
I'm alright.
I buy them food now, and they're just kind of there.
Do you let them inside, or are they
they're
outdoor
good.
only?
I mean, they have come inside before. During the winter, when it gets really cold, I let them inside. The garage. I have a little heater in there for them.
Oh.
But I'm
Everybody in
actually
chat go,
allergic to
"Aw."
cats.
Oh, of course you are. It seems every cat owner is, honestly.
Yeah, my mom is like dangerously allergic to cats.
Surround the house. She cannot escape.
So, but she doesn't mess with them.
It's a shorgie? Is that the real name? A shorgie? What is the SH for? German Shepherd? Shepherd? Is an English shorgie? A German shorgie? Oh, is it depend which one's the male? If it's an English shorgie or a German shorgie?
I've seen you run moves faster than this.
Does it depend on which one is male?
Hey, that's something, you could believe that, right? That's something that happens through other stuff.
That's
like, for
true.
example, a liger and a Tygon. Depends which one is male. Did
Weird.
you know a liger is significantly bigger than either a tiger or a lion?
They're also sterile.
Oh, I imagine so. But I thought that's interesting because you would imagine that they'd be like maybe like between or near them, but it's just like twice as heavy or something. 2 or 3 times
Liger
heavier.
is our word. You can say liga.
They're gone.
The hard R. Don't say the hard R, liger. Let me look it up.
Anyway, my fucking cats. Yeah, they showed up. They live outside. One of them is fucking turbo smart, and the other one is not. You know, I worry about him. I don't know how he's still alive. I'm gonna be really honest.
Guys, look at this German Shepherd corgi. It looks like a corgi who's doing a German Shepherd cosplay. It's so accurate. It's such an accurate description. Oh man, I'm here. That's so good. I give you the views, I receive good content, great trade. Oh, thanks, bro. Spread the word.
Aw.
I've actually not had bad content for at least 5 minutes.
So Blue's my black cat. He is a good boy. He's the smart one.
Oh yeah.
He has learned to use
Open a can of tuna
the
by
latch.
himself. Okay.
No, use the latch on my front door to open it and get inside.
Oh.
So
And kill your mother. I'm a cat. Be allergic.
Perish.
Purrish. It's called purrishing. I made you a joke, yeah.
He ain't fighting very hard. We're kind of destroying him.
Oh, we have experience in the matter.
But Toby, the other one, Toby, I have, again, I want to preface this by saying they're not really my cats. They're not my responsibility.
I didn't raise them. They're not my fault.
The reason I say that is because some people might, like, consider this, like, neglectful. But they're not my fucking cats.
Ah, they're God's cats.
But I've watched Blue eat paint chips off my wall.
Did you like it? Were they good?
He didn't stop.
And Toby didn't? When you weren't looking?
I mean, I just kind of watched him do it for a couple minutes, wondering what the fuck he was doing. He was just ripping off little chunks of my wall and eating it.
Yeah, my cat likes to eat chocolate when I drop it on the ground.
Well, if you didn't need the backup, I could have saved myself the leg cramps. Let's exfil.
Ooh, a deep dive.
Get this
Deep dive's
back
next.
along, girl. Yes, I like it.
You know, I asked this question before, and I love it. But, are guardians, like, biologically the same as their original anatomy? Like, i.e., they need to eat, they need to poop?
I don't know. My female Titan's got a fat cock.
That came out of nowhere. That came straight down the filtrum, if I'm gonna say.
I've had that one cocked and loaded for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like you have said that before. Like, you're practiced in saying that. Love the shepherds on the thumbnail. You got me, I clicked. You actually, the sheep's head? Not the sheep's. That's not a sheep's head, that's a fish. That's that is, sir, is literally, that is a fish. I put it in the window.
Yeah, it's called a sheep's head.
Is that a sheep's head? The fish?
Yeah.
Sure. Whoever, the scientist who invented this name, that is a fish.
You wanna know something more terrible than that? They've got rows of those teeth.
How's it feel to be taken?
Like a shark.
Like a shark.
Don't like it?
This is a regular deep dive.
Yeah.
Up an orifice, and then you can answer both those questions.
She said something about an orifice.
Don't threaten me with a good time, sister.
Ooh, threatening with a good time. Yeah. But how you doing, Faye? Welcome to the stream. Are you a purveyor of sheep's head? What is it called? Sheep's head. Fish. Do they taste good? I imagine not.
I've never eaten one personally. I've caught a few.
I feel like there's a bit of a fishy thing to eat.
I can't bring myself to eat something like that. It's just not the way God intended.
Well,
That was one of the
technically.
animals that God intended for us to make extinct very quickly, and we just forgot about them.
Well, I don't think God makes mistakes,
I
right?
missed the first statue.
What the you didn't tell me.
I don't need it.
I don't need it. Am I too far, or can I go? I'm too far, huh? Yeah.
You'd
Oh,
have
well.
to come back.
Oh no.
I'm harvesting.
Why you
something
tell me
from
when
my
I went
aquarium.
down already, huh?
Okay, partner. Get drilling while I
Why
get
you
down
tell me
the first
at that
for you.
point?
Because I'm unaccustomed to you not knowing about this stuff.
Oh hey Matt, you forgot your oven on yesterday when you went to cook some food.
Oh, dip.
Why am I being told
Everybody,
today?
go talk to Toland.
Toland's over on the left side. Matt, you gotta do this quickly before it runs out. Before I get very, very angry.
It let me about the darkness.
Shoot the balls. I just threw a grenade at that, and now it's useless. There's more balls where that came from. I shot a rocket at that one that you destroyed.
The one that I had already taken care
Yeah,
of.
yeah. It was there when I pulled the trigger. Honestly, grenade accelerant is like the best thing I could have gotten. I will destroy everything. Yes, they do taste good. Apparently the sheep's head do taste good. Do they taste more like sheep or fish? I know it sounds ridiculous, but can you detect maybe an inkling of sheep? Or head?
Man,
I don't know, do you know what
I've
that tastes
got a
like?
story about a sheep, and I will tell you privately, but oh man.
Don't, that makes it much worse.
Right.
No, okay, listen. It is not in the route that you're thinking. It is in the
Oh, but-
brutality route.
I would say it's pretty brutal to fuck a sheep.
No, that's not what I'm getting at. I wish that's all they did to it.
They. I'm asking for a friend.
I meant to say something earlier, Di,
We
but
know.
I noticed when you like in the last one you were like way across the room, and I saw the little thing appear where it's like you were taking damage, and I turned around and I started shooting at whatever it was that you were shooting at, but I was using my Quicksilver Storm, and I was like, yay, I'm helping.
I don't get it.
But because you were so far away, I wasn't really like doing anything.
You're trying to protect me and it didn't work, huh?
I was making out like I was actually helping when I really wasn't. Like, I was just kind of poking at something from a distance and wasn't actually doing any real damage.
I feel that. I have an SMG. I'm like, well, SMG, a shotgun, and like a sword. And I'm like, well,
I can tickle 'em.
helping. I'm
I
helping.
feel like it's only worse if like somebody actually asks you for help and you're like, okay, you're shooting at them with something
Matt,
useless
I
at
need
a
recovering
distance.
fire. Sure. Swing sword, menacingly.
I do, right. I do not have the loadout to help you right now.
Oh, these grenades come back real fast. With Heart of Inmost Light. Shee! Well, I missed. I wish I could say it was by a little bit. It was not by a little bit. Aha! I got that kill. You stole the last few. Again? Or just push him into the grenade. I missed again. How many of these knights are there? About one a day. Would be the hilarious response that I would return with. The conversation earlier reminded me of a meme where a guy smoked and complained about coughing, so he dropped it and started vaping instead. The doctors diagnosed him with electronic coughing. What?
Oh,
For what did we talk
I know
about?
exactly what he's talking about. It's fucking hilarious. What conversation were we having that caused that? What?
That's what I'm wondering. You have a time limit, 44 seconds. Okay, I guess I'll go to the other one. Hindsight, this one would have been much better. Ah, fuck. How long has that guy been immune and I've been shooting at him? Chat, don't answer that question. Long girl, funky fungus? Oh my god, Drifter. Get a life.
Doesn't actually want the answer to that question.
Matt, I need help! Throws healing grenade at the enemy.
Right? Thanks. You've helped so much.
Actually, give me the class ability. That'll give me my grenades back.
So, you want to know what it feels like to be taken?
300% faster class ability? That
Class
sounds
ability
like
will just give
300%
you your
grenades.
nades.
Funny you should,
The heart of most light.
Barrier.
Heart of most light.
Barricade. Oh, yeah, okay.
I also have bomber on too. Whatever the.
Probably. Between friends.
So I don't remember quite as well where the second one is. But I want to say it's at like.
Ow! Poco, stop using your nails.
Between me and Asa. Maybe.
Yeah, I put my hand on your dick because you were fucking clawing me. That's what I say to the ladies. So don't analyze
I have sex with many women.
that. Says the man with 94 wives.
94 and a half.
Can you have half sex with somebody?
That train never saw her coming.
Look around for parts.
What kind of train are we talking about?
Modular. It'll fit back together. Careful though. Whatever did
We don't get
The
ammo?
black kind.
I found the second one.
No, there's ammo up here.
Why,
Okay.
Why will it not let me present my broken blade?
Where's the ammo? Ah. Well, I don't know why it's so far away. Or, like, not marked.
It is on the mini map.
You here, Matt? We need to pick up Toland. Don't pick up Toland until he is here. You must see it.
Oh, okay.
Where's Toland? He's on the right, he's on the right, he's on the right. Alright, time to step on all the thingies. Fun fact, if the enemies are shooting straight at you, go diagonally to the left. And then they won't be able to shoot straight at you. Sent you a meme, have fun? Yeah, I'm worried.
No, I'm the only one that sends Dychronic really weird memes at random intervals.
Actually, Toxic does it too. You both are like sending me memes, and I'm like, put it in media. And they're like, I want to send it to you.
I'd put it in media, but I might get kicked out of your server.
By who?
Listen, some of the memes I have might get me arrested.
But it might get you arrested development.
That's a show.
Do you want me to open this meme now? Is it copyright? Is there an enemy? Oh, we still have the geysers. We haven't finished the geysers. There we go.
Coward flesh will burn.
I wonder what
She's
coward
angry.
flesh tastes like.
I feel like
Probably
she's
not a sheep.
always angry.
I think that's like her whole thing. Oh fuck! You can actually do that? You can fly over by dropping the wrench. I can't. There it is. That's one way to get over the top. So, Dychronic, when am I going to get that blue wrench you promised? As soon as you beat me in a 1v1. We talked about this. Hey, it's Patriot. Welcome, welcome. Rumor has it that your guardian stinks from swimming in the depths too much. Well, you used the wrong two. It's T-O-O too much. I took a shower after the gym. I think that these slanderous and now, I guess, libelous accusations will be brought to light soon enough, Patriot. If that is truly who you are, you will find out, as do the rest of us, in the real world. That sounds like a politician.
I shot you in the back of the head.
Yeah.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
In another country, we would call that betrayal.
It was accident.
It's okay. I'm sure that the Romulans would feel the same. We did it! Now for the third one. No? Okay. Secure the Kush. What makes somebody to be considered fat, in your opinion? I mean, there's literally a BMI ranking for overweight, so probably that. Enhanced shields, super accelerant. Oh, there's shield. But I mean, it really depends what you mean by fat.
Generation by 300%.
I have no idea. It really depends what you mean by fat. Because, like, for example, above a 30 BMI, again, BMI is not a very good measurement of somebody's, oh, here's a lever, of somebody's, like, health. It's just one metric. So if we're talking about literally, overweight is, yeah, it's over 24, 25, something like that. But the strongest people in the world, strongmen, are often over 30% BMI. Other than their rampant PED use, they're very strong individuals. Very capable.
Penis denial?
Probably good cardio. Again, other than the PEDs. So if we're talking about, like, actually fat, what I would consider somebody to be fat is somebody who clearly has maybe a lot higher amount of adipose tissue, which is to say fat, and somebody who's not strong. I think that in your life you should endeavor always to be stronger. Physically, mentally, cardiovascularly. Cardiovascularly. It's hard.
You're on site, Guardian.
Is there a heavy ammo thing here as well?
I don't think so.
Could really use it about now.
Oh, you mean like a box? Maybe there's a box.
Yeah, where's the box? Where's the box, boy? Where's your box?
It'll show up in your radar, pink.
Ah, here it is, behind right. Tolan, found him. Tolan!
Okay.
Matthew!
Coming.
I bloomed. Kamustana roses. Kamustana. Go away. Dude, I can, with the grenade accelerant and the class item accelerant, I can get Heart of Minimalist Light to give me all of my abilities back and forth on him. Oh yeah, what's the extra objective? Is it the taking balls?
I have no idea.
Probably is. Bungie's never been known to be lazy, though. Oh, I don't know. Oh, it was. Oh, it's the one with a ton of freaking shanks and captains that are all yellow bar. I don't like this one. Get my ass handed to me with this one. Die, dregs. I've got
Well,
a bit
that
of a
Vandal's dead.
I've got a bit of a problem over the other one.
Fuck.
Die. What? What did I hit? There's nothing there. Got him. Come here. Did we lose the other one?
Yes.
We shall stand side by side until the end of days on this one. Or until I get bored. Definitely one of those two, though.
That's true.
My BMI is approximately 21.9. Yeah, it doesn't seem underweight, but what's important is that you get strong. How strong are you? Oh, I'm dead. Strong and enduring. You know, if you can, like, run a couple miles and not be dead,
Oh my fucking
maybe be
God.
tired, but, like, you know, that's
That
decently
fucking
strong.
heavy shank get up there.
Yes. There's a lot of enemies on the objective.
Yep, working on it.
We lost.
Damn! Watch out, Guardian. You've got incoming.
I mean, if I had a
There's
controversial
no
hold,
way to get that done without heavy. Like,
I didn't have any.
that's what I'm saying. I didn't either.
If I had continuous controversial hold vortex grenades, maybe we could talk about it. Or Starfire pre-nerf. I'd be your artillery, front and center. I have no guns. Game. Apparently I have. Oh, there we go. Chiseled by loss. By the way, I wanted to thank you for yesterday, Di. I really appreciate you letting me join and taking me through the raid. I go. Of course. I'm glad you joined. Oh, I didn't realize that you're the roses in the raid. I didn't realize that. I apologize. I thought it might have just been another person who had roses in their name. Because it was Toxic's friend specifically. It wasn't roses from chat. But of course. Hope you know you can always join for raids whenever we have room. You have a place in the Dychronic Armada, however small and infinitesimal that is.
We could take over a small country.
I could take over a small
like petite or child?
What? I'm not
Huh?
gonna. What does it entail to take over a small child?
Murder.
Murder. I was making a dream that I wanted to happen come true. I was to be on stream with somebody I look up to and a best friend of mine, Toxic. Ah, you're just being too, you're being too wholesome. Thank you, I appreciate it. You should obviously be thanking Toxic. And you're always welcome to join whenever we do so. The Armada awaits. Not copyright, you can listen, watch. Rose is sweet, yeah, not very strong, active. Hey, look, it doesn't matter where you are in life, there's always a way to get stronger. And don't worry about how long it's taken or where you are in life. The point is that you have an opportunity every day to become stronger. And getting physically stronger, both in strength, endurance, cardio, and mental strength and endurance, is something that will help every aspect of your life, no matter what. So please do so. Let me know if you want any advice. I'm a licensed fitnessitarian, which is to say I have a TikTok account. To give you fitness advice, for sure. I'm not accredited by anything, but I obviously worked out my whole life. Gone through highs, gone through lows, done cardio, done strength, done sports, done marijuana, like a lot of just kidding. A lot of things, yeah. Snort the coral. Hey, Zachary, welcome to the stream.
No.
What's up with you, dude? What are you up to? My goal this summer is to be more active and strong. Good, good. I would be very, very specific to make sure my recommendation, focus on being stronger and more enduring, not your weight. Your weight may be a metric that you can use, but it's not a very good metric.
She gets to stand against something she's never been able to fight.
What's important is you get stronger. Of your mind, your heart, and your body.
And your penis.
Your body is part of your heart. your penis is part of your heart. I do sports sometimes. What sports do you play, Meanie? I'm gonna grill him. Yeah, what sports have you done, huh? Huh? Flashlight in hand. You said you did sports on June 27th, and yet I have evidence and testimony from the neighbors that you never left your room. Is this true, Mr. Meanie? I swear, I don't know. I plead the fifth.
I gotta go to bed.
Oh, you do?
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Only
Wow, I
in my
was talking
head.
about yesterday, not today. Soccer and basketball? Ooh. The Vatican will take over the Vatican. That's probably one of the hardest countries to take over.
Cobalt bombs.
Cobalt? Like as in the fantasy creature?
No cobalt as in the fucking element. What?
Cobalt? It's like the little goblin, gremlin looking dude?
What?
Cobalt.
He just broke dude's brain.
Cobalt. It's like you never seen it in like World of Warcraft, like Dungeons and Dragons. It's a kobold. It's like a little gremlin lizard-looking goblin. Used to kill them near the human sanctuary. There's a ton of kobolds to kill. It's a kobold. Sorry, I didn't know you were into culture enough. Sorry.
I think my brain stopped.
It's just it's an animal that you fantasy animal you haven't heard of. It's fine.
Error 404 not found.
No, I clearly found it.
I was
Legitimize.
talking about you then.
I know. Legitimize nuclear bombs. Well, look.
That's
Guess
what a
what?
cobalt bomb is.
What?
That's what a cobalt bomb is.
Is it just a bomb then?
It's just a big old bomb, but it's like the way that the fallout works is
It's a dirty
nothing.
bomb.
It's a very, very dirty bomb.
It lasts how? What is the radiation? How long does that last?
It's not about the radiation, it's the toxic output from the detonation.
Okay, how long does the fallout last?
Like many generations.
Many generations.
Oh, hey there, fellas. Jermaine.
Jermaine.
Dredging hope. You know it's Drifter these days.
How many times does he say, "No, you know it's Drifter these days"?
I was just speaking with the deputy commander.
He says it every time.
How's she holding up? Sloan is a soldier.
Oh, I've seen this one before.
Given her purpose.
I'm gonna put fish in the box.
But she has been through a great ordeal. Her own personal dark age. Yeah,
So,
that's a bad hand to be dealt.
cobalt is added around a thermonuclear bomb. When it explodes,
Unless you want to
it
tip one back.
transmutes the cobalt
about the
to the
bad old
radioactive
days.
cobalt-60,
What is
which is
that?
vaporized by the
Battery
explosion. It
acid.
condenses and falls back to
Only
Earth,
one way to find
contaminating the ground.
out. You and I are among
The deposited
oldest of our
cobalt-60
kind.
would have a half-life of
Centuries we've ordered each
5.27
other.
years.
Why now?
5.27. That's not bad.
That's just the cobalt. It's radioactive.
Decaying into...
The half-life of
I think
Of,
I
like,
actually
plutonium
nickel
is or uranium is.
and
It's like
emitting
30.
2 gamma rays of energy.
So does it say how long the? It seems like it's not as dirty as a nuclear bomb. Are these like new bombs that are being created? Or like the new hotness or something?
No, it's an old idea.
Okay, initially gamma radiation from the fission production of the equivalent sized fission bomb
Fission,
are
fusion,
matched
fission.
more intense. Yeah, it's a stage bomb. So like the SAR bomb isn't just one explosion, it's a fucking layered cake of explosions.
Layered cake.
Yep, so much more intense. 15,000 times more intense at 1 hour, 35 times more intense at 1 week, 5 times more intense at 1 month, and about equal at 6 months.
Equal to what?
To
What am I
for,
learning? You teaching me how to
gamma
make a bomb?
radiation from fission production of an equivalent sized fission bomb are much more intense than cobalt-60 bomb.
So what does it makes it fission, fusion, fission?
So fission is the splitting of atoms.
Well, I know that, but like, what makes it like specifically that order and that many times?
A bunch of science.
A bunch of science. Oh, I just went through the portal.
That's when you do like the math
Fission, fusion,
behind
fission.
it.
We call that the FFF. You ever see the anime people? They just go like foo 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 foo. That's what they're talking about. Have you ever seen that? Like in the animes or the mangas, they just say F you like foo foo foo. I'm like, I've never heard somebody actually make the noise foo foo foo. Like when they're kind of annoyed at something.
Shrouded in darkness. A promise of
That's interesting, though. Why do you bring up the cobalt bomb?
Two halves of a whole. Long divided.
I don't remember.
Nobody remembers why the war started, only that the bombs continued to fall.
Okay, so this is why it's a problem.
Why is that, buddy? You're so fluffy.
So-
You can take a cobalt, yeah?
It's just designed to be a salted bomb, which the idea is to produce more radioactive fallout.
Yeah, so the reason that it's so dangerous is because the radioactive isotopes are caught in a natural global meteorological process, which, because of the extraordinary hardiness of the isotope, will cycle many times throughout the condensation and evaporation process. So it explodes. The radiating isotopes that come from the cobalt are picked up by the clouds, and then it rains radioactive fallout, and then that's picked up by the clouds, and it rains more radioactive fallout, and it just does that over and over.
The plan's
Okay,
working.
it's slower then?
It's getting easier for me to parse Asa's
It's just
thoughts.
very natural and
Like,
stable then? Stable, dirty?
I mean, I don't know about the stability of it. I just know that the fact that okay, think of acid rain, but radiation.
Okay. Acid rain doesn't last more than 30 years, though.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
So you guys want to fish, or you want to kill stuff in the throne world? Could do both.
I mean, based on exposure time, so at one half-life of 5.2 years, 5.27 years, a lethal dose could be given at an hour. After 10 half-lives, you could spend up to 4 days exposed to the fallout with no immediate effects. Long-term effects would be, from this exposure would be an increased risk to develop cancer. After 20 half-lives, which is 100 years, humans could remain unsheltered full-time, since their yearly radiation dose would be
80 millisieverts.
right 30 times greater than the average and actual background radiation rate, but because of its variability, there'd be a causal connection to cancer incidence.
So it would still be causing cancer 100 years later.
Okay, so it's longer lasting.
And after 130 years, it'd be considered negligible.
Ow! Stop it. Okay.
Yeah, so 130 years, that'd be the cutoff point. However, it also prevents shit from growing.
It's never good. Can't get them
So-
radioactive catfish.
You bomb somewhere like, I don't know, what's our farmland, Wyoming.
Kentucky.
Oh no!
Why Kentucky? Because I wanted to.
Fuck Kentucky, that's why. They
Um,
deliver chicken, that's it.
It would, like, we literally wouldn't be able to grow crops for over 100 years.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good.
So when it comes to cobalt bombs, it's less about the boom it makes and more about the fact that it makes huge
More of
areas
it.
completely uninhabitable for way longer. Like, there are already people living back in Hiroshima and Nagasaki after the first bombs.
Yeah, because the safe return is 30 years.
Yeah, so a cobalt bomb, they still wouldn't be able to move back for another 20 years.
I thought you said it was 100 years before they stop having cancer.
Well, after 100 years, because of the variable exposure, it would be almost impossible to correlate your exposure with the radioactive fallout from the bomb being the direct cause of you getting cancer and dying.
Well, actually, it's your fault for not eating enough bananas. Alright, that's
Eat
interesting.
all of the bananas until you die.
On a less morbid topic, me and he says that he sweats a lot. So let's all make fun of him and point and laugh, right? Right?
You sweat because you eat too much chicken.
I don't think that's true.
That's absolutely true. I just made it up and said it, so.
That's a good point.
Me too. Mimir.
But from what you were saying, like, yeah, if you sweat a lot, I think it can make it more difficult to do exercise. I will say that I used to be very thin. I used to sweat like nothing because I had a lot of perimeter skin and not a lot of dense like volume for heat to need to transfer, so I never really sweat much. But after gaining a bunch of weight, up to 200 pounds, I gotta flex on the camera every 30 minutes just in case. I have started sweating a lot more, and it is annoying, and you do stink a little bit more. Which, fun fact, sweat doesn't smell. It's the bacteria that eat your sweat that's that fart, and that smells. That can be annoying. It can be uncomfortable, but it's still something you gotta do. Just carry some. Just go to a gym wherever there's like those little wiper things so you can wipe off the pads. Obviously, use antiperspirant, deodorant. Do what you can, but like everybody has to exercise. It makes them feel better always. So. Find a way that works for you, that you feel good about, that you have friends with, that makes sense for you. And it can be hard, but I don't have any specific recommendations, I guess. When I go to the gym, I sweat a bit more than I used to, but not enough to really need to like wipe down every single time. So I don't have any personal recommendation. But as you lose weight, you'll sweat less because your body will have less of a distance to eject the heat, and so your body will actually cool down easier. I think fat is an insulation too, is insulating, so it will get better, but a lot of it's going to be genetics. If you eat 20 million bananas, you'll die of radiation poisoning. If you eat 20 bananas, you'll die of sugar. The LD50 on bananas for sugar is a lot more than the LD50 on radiation. LD meaning like the lethal dose of like 50 out of 100 people who if they were to consume it, they would die. Yeah, LD50 on bananas is for radiation not so bad. Did I tell you about the LD50 on the Ben & Jerry's thing? There was like this whole scandal with Ben & Jerry's where they found a chemical in Ben & Jerry's that is also found in a pesticide. Pesticides obviously being very poisonous and dangerous. And then they looked at it and they looked at the dosage and they found the LD50 of this particular pesticide, which is again to say that if you gave 100 people this pesticide in that specific amount, then you'd expect 50 of those 100 people to die. The LD50 of that pesticide was like 30 million pints or something. But there's LD50 for everything. Water, sugar, potassium, whatever, right? The LD50 for Ben & Jerry's on sucrose, otherwise known as sugar, is 30 pints. You'll die from sugar way before you'll die from this pesticide, which implies that dosage is really, really important. Dosage matters a whole lot more than chemical. This guy's dying in the water. But he's fishing. He died. Yes, the foo doesn't make any sense, but the kya is perfectly understandable. I agree. Kya! I especially like the ones that are Japanese animes where they go, eh? Because it's not very American, right? Eh? But like, I see some Chinese and Japanese people do it when I was at school. Eh? I'm like, oh, they do that. That is a cultural norm. For surprise. Nani? Well, that's obviously just a word, but like, I think it's fascinating. Either way, we're going to be ending the stream soon. Just wanted to pop in, fish, spot a fishing, and all that whatnot. If you have any questions at the end of the the stream, please let me know, and I can always answer more questions me at a later stream. But I want to goof off and watch some YouTube. Yeah. Are bodyweight exercises better or weightlifting exercises better in your experience? Neither. They both have a place. In fact, I think that you need to do both. My personal perspective is that I think the most important exercises that you can do is a combination of weightlifting, strength training, calisthenics, and some kind of cardio. You need to have all three to cover most of your bases. And obviously not all, because you need to have like coordination, which would be great in sports, which you could assign your cardio as a sport. So like playing tennis, for example, is great cardio, great explosive muscle use, and good coordination. But yeah, I think those three things are the most important. Strength training, calisthenics, and cardio. You cannot do with just one of them. I highly recommend you do all of them. It's the best way to be the strongest overall. Weight training, strength training pushes your body to be stronger, to handle the biggest weights, and to push yourself much more beyond what you can do with your body weight, which is highly limited. Bodyweight exercises are important because it makes it so that you have a good balance of muscle to weight ratio, and furthermore that you can handle your body in space, which is very practical. You know, deadlifting 300 pounds doesn't matter much because the only thing you'll ever use it on is furniture. And I'm personally allergic to dust, so I never help people move furniture anyways. And then the last one's cardio. There's not much that's more important than your heart. It may suck a lot of the time, which is why I always try to work it in with my other workout stuff. 10 minutes before I do my gym workouts. One day a week I go on a hike and make it interesting, maybe invite somebody. But yeah, I don't think any of them are superior. They may be superior at doing certain things. Like, for example, if I had to pick one, I would probably pick calisthenics. Because calisthenics gives you a good deal of strength, again, handling your body, especially in hard strength, like inverted push-ups, like where you're literally handstand push-ups. Like, that's really hard. That requires a lot of strength. Muscle ups, right? Very difficult. But it also requires your body to be leaner. And I don't want to say that you have to be lean. Myself, I'm at like 18% body fat. I think that for men, especially white men, 15% and over is perfectly healthy. I think around 20% is very healthy. What's more important than your body fat is your strength. You need to be strong. That's what's important. When you're a calisthenics athlete, your weight does matter. You can do a lot more push-ups, pull-ups, over-unders, tucks, whatever, right? So your body weight is very important to focus on, but early on, focus on what's simple to medium for you. If you're overweight, which I'm just assuming most people start that place, focus on the simple stuff. It depends how overweight you are. Like, if you're like 500, 400 pounds, you just want to start with something simple. Like, literally something as simple as just spinning your arm in circles. For some people at 500 pounds, literally just staying standing for 5 minutes. And I hope that you know I'm not ridiculing at all. You need to start where you are effective and work your way up. For most people, they can start with bodyweight stuff. Doing squats, doing an assisted push-up, doing an assisted pull-up. Taking some dumbbells and moving them in different ways. You know, like a chest press, an overhead press, a row, whatever, right? Start with the very basics. There is absolutely no reason to do anything more advanced, usually because they're worthless anyways, or very specific accessories. Master the basics. Start with what makes sense for you. Bodyweight exercises can be very limited. Trying to get the right calisthenics setup can be annoying, but it's usually easier than weightlifting as far as expenses go. If you're starting your journey, I recommend downloading an app called Pokemon Go and just going on a walk for 30 minutes a day for 4 days a week. Like, I think that's a good start where most people can start. That's literally how I started like 5 years ago. Just went to play Pokemon Go because I'm like, I gotta do something. I gotta get outside. I work and play inside all day, every day. I don't really talk to my roommates because they're outside all the working and stuff. I'm like, I gotta get outside. And that was the way I did it. So do it. Is 199 pounds overweight? No. It depends who you are. It depends if you're a man. It depends if you're a woman. It depends if you're black. It depends your body fat percentage. It depends on your strength. Again, don't focus on weight. Weight is one of the least useful metrics. It tells you how heavy your body is. I'm 200 pounds. Literally, I'm almost in the range of overweight. Do I look like I'm overweight? No. If I was 250 pounds, a bodybuilder, big muscles, never use PEDs, I would be technically obese. Well, at my height, 6'6". Weight does matter, but not that much. Body fat percentage is way more useful. And furthermore, your strength. Because ultimately, what I believe, I truly believe, health, if you want to be healthier, think about your capabilities. Obviously, there's certain health stuff like type 2 diabetes, for example, genetic diabetes, Parkinson's, stuff you can't control. Don't worry about that stuff. Figure out what you can control. You can control your strength. You can control how often you go to the gym, how often you go on walks, how often you do push-ups. And you can control how many reps you do. Oh, I did 5 last time. Let's try to go for 6. I failed on the 6th one, but I got halfway up. The next time I got to 6. Ooh, making progress. I am stronger. That's it. If you want to be healthier, you think about who are the most healthy people in the world. Probably that 80-year-old dude who can still run 10 miles, who can still squat his body weight. That dude sounds really healthy. The other dude who can barely get out of his chair doesn't sound as healthy, right? Health, in my opinion, is about the strength and endurance of your mind, your heart, and your body. In none of that did I say you have to have low body fat. It did not say you have to have abs. It did not say you have to have big arms. None of these things are good metrics for your health. That being said, they can be pieces of it. If you want to be better at pull-ups, lose body fat. That does help. You want to be a faster runner, lose body fat. It helps. But for most people, and I'm assuming you included, don't worry about the weight. BMI is a very minor metric. What matters is how strong you are. Try to do some squats. Try to do some push-ups. Figure out where you are and improve on that little by little. Don't compare yourself to what other people are. Don't go, oh, okay, how many squats can the average man do? How much I got average deadlift? I mean, I do that, obviously. But when you're getting started, focus on what you did last time and do better than you did last time. Unless you feel like you're getting injured. Be careful, obviously. But yeah. Also, listen to hard workout music. You'll gain +10 to your strong stat confirmed. I agree. I listen to 2 Steps from Hell playlist on Spotify, and that shit goes hard. Doesn't make too much sense. That part is correct. What part was not made sense to me? Now I need a helmet for my tight progress. Or like Disturbed. Oh, good. Disturbed is a good one. Ooh, you're really close to getting your 1810 on your Titan there, buddy. Does that mean you're not gonna play Titan anymore? There's this guy behind me. I'm gonna snipe a fish. Either way, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream soon. If you have any last questions, let me know. I'd love to rant about it. That's it. This fish is gonna be the good fish. We'll go until this platform disappears. Where's my quest progress at, by the way? 466. Can we see if we can get to diamond? Diamond. How do I get committed to it, though? I've thought about this. How do you commit to doing something that you've never really done that much? Maybe something that you don't really like. For me, what I realize is that you have to, I will say motivation is cheap. Motivation is cheap. It will last literally as long as you make it. So listening to workout music to pump you up, listening to inspirational talks like you're listening to now, they mean next to nothing. They get you in the door, and if that's all you need, fine. But if it doesn't work, then realize motivation is cheap. But you know what does work? Belief. If the reason you're going to the gym is because somebody said, yeah, you should go to the gym, it's healthy, you'll feel great, and do good stuff, you'll be there, but then you don't feel good, you're gonna be like, well, it doesn't work for me. But you're not believing. Because in your heart of hearts, you know exercise is healthy. You know that it makes you stronger, live longer, be better. You know that. But you have to believe it. You have to go to the gym every single day because it's something that you have to do. Because you believe that you have to be there. That you have to work hard. That you have to lose that belly fat. That you have to do that because you know what it does. You know that it helps your health. You know it makes you live longer. You know it reduces the chance of cancer, of needing to go to the doctor, reduces the cost of the number of doctor visits every year. It's literally like brush your teeth because you know that if you don't, you get tooth pain. And you lose your teeth and you gotta pay for the dentist. You do it because you know that life is better in that way. You have to believe it though. You have to believe it. And that's the most important part. You can't just say, yeah, somebody said it was good. Yeah, I'll do it. I believe that. You have to believe it. Because if any evidence proves the contrary, you're done. If you go into the gym and you're like, well, I'm going to the gym, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to be stronger, I'm going to feel better, and then you don't after a couple of weeks, because obviously it takes longer than that, you're going to be like, well, this is not for me, because I'm different, and it's my genetics, and it's... You don't believe. It's about belief. You have to believe it's good for you. And the way you do that is you get information. You watch fitness videos. You ask questions. You talk to the people in the gym. Me, I'm the kind of person I like to walk up and talk to the biggest guy in the gym. I like to literally go, hey, you're doing an exercise I'm kind of iffy on. I want to learn. It's a great way to approach women, although apparently they all know it's a it's a line just to get up and talk to them. You have to believe it. I know that if I fell off and didn't exercise for like a year, and then I started exercising, I know for a fact things are not going to get better in a couple of weeks. I may not even, like, I may hit a plateau. It might something might happen kind of quickly, and then I'll hit a plateau for a few months. I know that's going to happen. But I know that what I'm doing is recompositioning my body. My weight may stay the same, which again, another reason why weight is so very poor in a metric, because I'm building muscle. But every single time I'm going to that gym, I'm getting a little bit stronger. I'm pushing a little bit more weight. And sometimes I don't push more weight every day, but maybe I'll increase it every week. Maybe I'll increase it once a month. Maybe I'll try doing different kinds of workouts, and I'll feel stronger at doing volume. I feel stronger at doing strength. I feel stronger at explosive, at staying on the cardio machine longer. That's real. That helps me believe. And ultimately, that's the point. To be stronger. Who cares about how heavy you are? Human beings can support people who are 200 pounds, fine. Our bones, our muscles, we can do it. If I can put 225 pounds on my back, 300 pounds on my back and squat, that makes my body stronger. The bone density increases, muscle density increases, tendon and ligament density increases. My body is stronger, tougher, and more enduring every step of the way. We have certain what's the word? Physiological limits. We have certain physiological limits. But everybody can be stronger. That's the point. So how do you get committed to it? I'm a fan of jump in. Literally go on a walk. Just literally after this stream, if you have street lamps near you, I'm assuming it's dark, go on a 30-minute walk. Go 15 minutes out, 15 minutes back. Go a straight line wherever it's lit, where you feel good. And try that. That's how you start. You start by starting. And then you go, okay, maybe I'll pick a different direction. Okay, maybe I'll play some Pokemon Go. Maybe I'll listen to a podcast. Maybe I'll watch Dychronic while I do it. But please do not walk in the road while you're watching your phone. So pay attention, please. But get started. From there, I would recommend watching videos. Beginner guides to the gym. Don't watch TikToks. I recommend don't watch TikToks. Watch real full videos. Because TikToks will only give you an introduction. Start with the basics. Hey, I'm going to the gym. How do I use certain machines? You go up to a machine, you're like, all right, isometric calf raise. What the hell does that mean? How do I do this? Okay, you look it up on YouTube, a demonstration video. Okay, you watch it, you know how to do it. Try it out. Ask the big guy next to you who's also doing it. Hey, am I doing this right? So you start making friends. You start realizing the best thing about working out is not even getting big muscles. It's about making the friends along the way. Ha ha ha, you see? See? Making connections. It means I will not have any reason to play Titan. That's exactly why I wanted you to complete Tits. You will never get a helmet, and it will be good for you. So, TLDR, my recommendation, just start with something. You can walk, I imagine. Again, I don't know how heavy you are. I assume that you're probably less than 300 pounds. Just go on a little walk. If you can't do 30 minutes, do 10 minutes. Whatever you want. Get up out of your chair. Walk outside. Go around the block. Walk out 5 minutes, come back 5 minutes. You did something. Get a gym membership. Go to the gym, spend 5 minutes on a machine, and then leave. Master the art of showing up. Just go do something, and then slowly make it more and more intense. Within reason, within safety, and always use the right form. Is cereal a soup? Is hot dog a sandwich? Is the earth flat? Is the meaning of life? Pluto a planet? Which is better, imperial or metric? Alright, is cereal a soup? Yes. Is hot dog a sandwich? Yes. Is the earth flat? It depends what your definition of flat is, but it's definitely spherical. What is the meaning of life? To reproduce. Is Pluto still a planet? Clearly not. It is not a planet. It's called a dwarf planet now. Ah, there's no diamond! You lied to me. Imperial or metric? Absolutely metric. Do not survive. You would not survive with me on your back. I think I would. I've deadlifted almost 300 pounds. I was able to squat like 225 pounds for 5 reps. And just holding you there is like CNS. I could hold you on my back for a bit. Although it'd be a little unwieldy. You're not a bar, right? Either way, that's going to be the end of the stream. I hope everyone did enjoy. I want to thank everybody for watching, for celebrating this time here with me. This is interesting music for this kind of outro. But yeah, my next live stream is going to be next Friday. Friday, 12 Pacific. So if you want to come by, I don't know what we're doing. Maybe we'll play some other game. Who knows? Maybe we play some... Well, I don't even play any other games. Thank you for your advice, of course. And last bit of advice, Meanie, I kind of said it before, but don't go hard. You want to make it short, sustainable. That is the best and most important thing there. If it takes 3 years to get to a body shape and weight that you like, the next 50 years of your life, and you do it in a way that's slow and piecemeal, that you can sustain it for the rest of your life, 3 years is cheap to pay for 50 years of healthy existence. That's assuming, obviously, that you can keep it for 50 years. At the very least, you could probably keep it for most of 50 years because you proved to yourself that you can do it and how to do it and why you do it and how long it's going to take. So start slow. Even if you're still like 250 pounds, still over 30% body fat, you're probably a little bit better than you were before. You were probably a little bit healthier than you were before. You'll probably live a little bit longer than you did before. But I would, again, be very careful. Don't go hard. Start slow. It's going to be boring at first. Find the things you like. If you like playing basketball, do basketball. between the times there's nobody to play basketball with, do some weights. Go on walks, play Pokemon Go. Try things out. There's always a way for you to have fun with exercise. Always. There's always an exercise for you to have fun with. Find it. Try things out. If your favorite exercise is having sex, you better be a goddamn good player. You better be a smooth-ass talker. Because you need to get that exercise in. Anyways, that's going to be the end of it. Hope you guys did enjoy. My name is Dychronic. I'll see you guys on the next one. Ooh, the music.